is again, second time playing the Killjoy. I believe this kind of split, if you want to talk about it like that.
Yeah, it was the only time they brought out Haven with the Killjoy on this map was in the grand finals. So.
Right, and now here again.
Let's get this one started. Pistol round for map number 1 here on Haven. It's important that EDG, a lot of their game plan centering around, of course, Kankan, we have to talk about this guy. We will be talking about him as well, but you know, he loves to op. Unfortunately, there's no loans in this game. You have to earn the money. So you want to get off to that great beginning. Incredibly slow at the beginning, isn't it? Just
yeah, very.
Really making sure that nobody oversteps themselves.
Howdong using that smoke twice in the same place there just to deny short information. Safe loves playing in those kind of spots, but Team Liquid have gambled that it's going to be a B hit. Now as the drone comes down over towards A, you see a migration.
Yeah, starting to shore up.
Trailblazer though doesn't see anything.
It clears down. Wow, okay, Kankan was just contacting all the way. Flash through. Enough Liquid players though onto the site that...
Yeah, they bailed. I mean, that was a stun recon combo, and Team Liquid were able to just fend it off in terms of sheer bodies. EDG, though, leaving nobody in this spot. Maybe to stop a reclear or possibly to have people go back in this direction, but the spike looks like it's heading rapidly over towards C. Nobody now becomes alert.
So many gun-type players. I mean, nobody's just lurking his way up there. That's the Sova spotted, honestly. That's going to keep a bunch of Team Liquid players just tethered to this A site, because they're like, why would your initiator be lurking in this scenario?
But it's kind of got EDG into a decent spot. They're in a 4v5, but they get a plant down here, aware of the nanoswarm. And I think now with a player down, you usually are looking to make some level of an aggressive play. They have that fault line recon dart back online. It's what this composition relies on so heavily.
Smog is holding his own stun here. First sign of util that gets used. We're going to let this one rip. What's he waiting for? Stun, flash, there it is. Lets loose his own. That's going to be pushing him back. Time's starting to really become a bit of a problem now. Team Liquid need to get a move on. They need to land these shots here. Cross stuff, lined up. And with the pistols, it's all guns, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, Edward Gaming came out with a fantastic game plan there, but Team Liquid were really quite slow to adjust to all of that.
They were very convinced that EDG were going to go for a re-hit. And to be honest, EDG a lot of the time do like to play that kind of style. Cut noise, go for a repop into a site.
One enemy remaining.
Liquid there with Rhaegar at the helm making the wrong call, and yet still confident they could win the 5v4 retake. Didn't quite work. It's a really important pistol because, like you said, it starts to get the economy flowing. Kankan's going to take full armor and a marshal into this round, but keeps 1,200 in the bank for him to buy up an op later on.
That's exactly what that indicates. Deep smoke into lobby. Familiar beginnings to the start of this. No one on the EDG willing to, again, overstep themselves towards a lobby. They're just willing to play it slow at the beginning. And now they're going to be droning again. Look at how far back that is. All the way close to the corner. Will it clear anybody? It does get the tag onto Save. He has to back away. Needs a flash as well to just get around the corner. While all this is happening, the rest of Team Liquid also going for a bit of exploration, seeing if they can catch one of those cheeky kills. But
in the grand finals and all throughout playoffs, actually, these were some of the most dangerous rounds for Team Liquid's opponents. Nats with the Ghost just looked absolutely different. So even though you might just be thinking, yeah, of course, plain sailing for EDG, this, I think, will be a good way of kind of starting out utterly flawlessly. Kankan also getting 4 kills there, 800 extra credits that he'll be very happy to put into the operator fund.
It's 2 away from the knives as well.
Yeah. I mean, all of this helps their flow massively. And I'm wondering if at some point here Team Liquid tried to up the pace. We saw them go for a lobby pressure this round. But you see how far back the drone is being used. You called it out, Brent. I think that's because they're anticipating Safe and Soulcast being pushed up like that over towards a lobby. And they're just going to get flushed out in those kind of situations. All right, good start. And a slow tempo to begin.
Deep cam to mid. He's going to be watching for any exploration. Doesn't actually catch the close corner, if anybody from Liquid did push out of double doors, but we can see on our screens these setups. Not as likely.
Soulcast has used both of his flashes for Safe to get information. Safe is fairly confident there's nobody short right now, although he's given it another little check. Now as the cage goes up, he's in a bit of a difficult spot. This is again where nobody's been using his drone previously.
Yeah.
See what the util looks like now.
Doesn't have anybody else to play with him, though. And here we go, Smoggy holding some utils. Just a corner check, shoulder check. There it is. Kill found. Cannot get out of there. Dug himself into a bit of a hole.
But look, EDG not accelerating. And Liquid not over-rotating either, though Yampy does come to try and support Soulcast. EDG are just backing up. I mean, look at the lurk from Shichu. Quite reminiscent of the pistol round here, no?
Yeah, he's all the way up. He has a cage as well if he wanted to block off that sightline angle from where the turret is, but he's just going to hold C long.
Guiding light out from Soulcast. Does not see anything A long whatsoever, so now they read it. You see Redgar sprinting his way over to C. What does the timing look like? It looks like EDG are going to be able to get in.
20 seconds. I mean, yeah, they do get themselves into the site. What's the attempt and what's the call from Liquid? Players are only just starting to get into position. Do they want to try and flood in? Plants down. Not too much to offset it. Kang. So locking that one down. It's a flash play. Lovely angle on that one. Doesn't actually det it though. Just forces a couple of these lines and the angles here. Soulcast with the rifle resetting. Chichu though cleaned up and traded. With a gun advantage, player advantage. Get themselves into the site easily enough.
And Soulcast there, the player on your screen. He's a big difference maker in that situation. Swings back side with the Vandal, manages to pick up 2. Though, of course, Team Liquid had the better weaponry, and that is going to do some serious economical damage. Oh, wow. They knew that Safe was there, and I'm sure they would have continued to chase, but the fact he doesn't even manage to get out with a dash.
Let's go!
The energy's good, the economy isn't. It's a Spectre and a Judge for Liquid.
That is interesting. So, maintaining, at least with that gun advantage. EDG not running away with a bonus round here, but this is a heavy A play from EDG. Real disrespectful. They've been playing this so slow off the rip now, but this time just taking all that space on A long. Safe
is playing another kind of one-and-done spot, though. He's relying on his dash and maybe a Trailblazer to bail him out in these kind of spots.
Does have Soulcast with him, but it's being held. Drone. It's from nobody now. It's going to be clear and close. That means the dash is activated. Here's a stun, an attempt to try and play. No, just getting out of there. Once more, pump with the util. Trying to buy a bit of that space, but we're down to the minute mark.
This looks way more committed, though, from EDG. They don't have any lurks on the other side of the map.
Flash into the corner, listening for footsteps, just in case they are still there. May have heard one player move. Here's the dog being used now. Bit of re-clearance. Soulcast also has Seekers, but here we go. Go button is pressed. That's a fault line. Paranoia, flash, and the dash is actually quite excellent inside the smoke. Kang, he's still safe, but he haven't cleared short. There we go. Soulcast is finished, but still players, they maintain the grasp. The defensive play, just crossfire. Yampy really just turning up here.
30 seconds left.
Choo. Last one standing. Players to try and muscle his way through. Safe really putting a stop to it.
Another big performance from those 2 old guard Liquid players. It's Yampy this time that steps up. Wow, gorgeous spray transfer onto Kang there. And dealing with Smoggy too. Kang, I think, just staying inside his cloudburst for a little too long there, not confident in the utility. And he did also get counterflashed, again, by Yampy. Those 2, Yampy and Soulcast, the only members of the roster that were part of the Team Liquid that eliminated EDG from Champs last time they played. Yeah. So, in some sense, a revenge match, but I don't think that'll really be what's on Edward Gaming's mind here. It's just about how far you can go in the tournament at this point.
Absolutely. Achieving that first win, making the top 8, those were the goals that they set themselves out to get with this tournament. At this point now, how far can they go? Ardong was talking about, the potential of revenge against Liquid after being eliminated. But these are new teams. Shock dart's close, not breaking that alarm bot. Here's the dash though, over the top. Round the sides, and there's the right click. So Yampy falls, hands a rifle over.
They look very prepared for the areas that Team Liquid are going to be fighting.
This time though, shutting down a bit of a garage pivot. Players trying to work their way through. Kang falls the back and definitely aware of it. And that's tried to, again, adjust that movement backwards and forwards. And wow, while Redgar was smoking. Kang not wasting any time. Vacuums up the back of the site, and now he is a nuisance. Look at this guy, all the way towards the back, forcing out the sequence.
Oh, the team flash!
Timing with the flash, he was flashed up safe. He's alone here, has the dash, the updraft, the shorty! Claims the kill, can he get the 4? But shut down. Nobody pushed up to help it out, but Safe almost salvaging it.
Okay, a very slow beginning to Haven, punctuated by some insanity there towards the end. I mean, both Jet players making the play for their team. Kankan gets into the backside there. Yampi's got no chance of winning that, absolutely none. They just predicted his position perfectly, but this play, to dash onto Redgar and catch him in that timing, beautiful. And this really gave Safe a chance of winning the round in return. That's a thrifty that will massively help EDG. And now Operator online for Safe.
Operator online for Safe is already making the peek through double doors. Inside the cage, has to use the dash to disengage. There was a lot of util being lobbed at him, making sure that he can't get away with too much.
And there's the value of the cyber cages, for sure. It gives you that audio cue on when someone's actually pushing and contesting them. So everybody on EDG ready to punish that. And Safe decides to back up without even firing a shot. Here's that same kind of drone being used. I wonder if Liquid try and find timings to push up after they hear this one. I mean, there's a stun being held right now. Yampi decides not to use it.
It's been quite an interesting game so far, just in terms of the timings they're taken. I mean, it's being slowed down frequently, but you see those bursts of explosive play. Deep smoke all the way down, trying to fake like Kang does have his presence there.
They're heading into the op though, and they have no drone.
Yeah, it's used very early. I think
oh, Safe's not watching.
Smoggy's flashes, isn't it? That's going to have to push him off this angle.
Except he's not even there. He's not even on the long angle.
30 seconds left.
Here we go, right up close. And Smoggy survives on 1 health, almost getting the collateral. Here's the Blade Storms. Hop over the top, Safe. Let's try and make quick work of this. Shunt this before they can even get into the site. Rolling Thunder collects all of them, corralled up. 12 seconds remaining. Not a chance in hell of trying to get themselves into this one. It's a TP onto B of all places. Aodong, aftershock in his face, 6 seconds left. He has the spike, needs to plant it just in time, but it can be denied. A peek, an attempt to try and again play for it. Fault lines all over the place, just absolute anarchy. At the attempt to just try and adjust and pivot.
Liquid are finding their opportunities to hold on here. They're not getting baited too heavily into EDG's very slow play. They're so happy just to hold themselves and rely on Safe to deliver. This pick is good, and then Yampi immediately coming in and being able to deliver that Rolling Thunder stops anybody from pushing onto Safe tool. It doesn't mean that playing slow or playing fast is better in Valorant, but mixing those two is really important to throw defensive teams off their game. And thus far, we've only seen the slow style from EDG, apart from that one round where Kankan went crazy with the Blade Storm on a Thrifty. They're coming into another Thrifty here again with an Operator in the hands of Kankan.
This is, nobody has purchased this for Kankan. So they are intentionally doing this in a timeout.
Somebody must have.
Oh, okay. All right, well, baited me with that one. Absolutely baited me with that one. Where did you want me to continue it? Something. It's not here yet. Yeah. Is that where you wanted me to go with that? I'm not doing it. I'm not stooping to your lows.
And so this isn't, again, going to be a really slow round, right? So maybe Team Liquid are going to be expecting the tempo to be increased off the back of a Thrifty. Actually, Kankan's just going to be walking around trying to find picks.
This op is really going to catch somebody off guard, but it's revealed. First shot doesn't land. That was an important one, because now Team Liquid are going to be aware that they've made this purchase. And this deep push from Safe, all the information he's going to be gathering for his team.
This is one of the first times since the second round where they've gone for a reactive push to try and catch EDG.
Spike up close to the corner.
Off Redgar's contact.
Kankan has a dash, it's not active though, and yep, some sort of timing. I mean, they take the pop flash, but...
I think Soulcast just blinded himself and Redgar.
It's a bait and switch! Nobody! He lands his shot. Chev straight to the head.
What an absolute mess from Team Liquid there.
The drone as well to clear this one forward. Soulcast is kind of trapped into the corner. Rolling Thunder, a choice to commit it, but, well, Soulcast is stunned up, yet still stunned, lands it. Shot still there, over the top, trying to offset as well the crosshair placement. Aodong has really just, forced this one.
But also what an incredible recovery from Soulcast. After a bit of a whiff flash, being able to pick up 2 while stunned has actually kept Liquid in this.
That's his load up.
Safe is the player on the flank right now.
And here, on A-Long, needs to make best of the moment. Close to the left. Didn't catch it, but no kills going either way, and he's still got the dash. Goes for it, lands that shot. And there's a couple more waiting for him. Smoke at the feet. How does he want to try and get into it? Smoke, drop down, half onto the defuse. That's already in, but he's on 20 health. Will fall half onto it, over the top with the shorty. Not the weapon of choice, but again, just didn't really have too many options at his disposal. 4 in the round for Haodong to shut that one down, and we're looking at 4-3. This has been very back and forth.
Yeah, but it's been back and forth in the most bizarre way possible, Brent. EDG won the pistol and the follow-up, and then 2 thrifties. These rounds are really bizarre.
One enemy
I mean, the first thrifty, I feel like Kankan went crazy with it. And this time, it's a Team Liquid mistake down short to offer them that opportunity. And EDG are going to capitalize. We've seen from them so far in this tournament, if you offer them an in, they're going to take it. And now it's an op-v-op battle, though not going to start the round with that. Safe takes the standard line down A long as Kankan goes and watches towards Garage to start with, and then it's going to come back over here. Yeah, it's a bit more pushed up than standard.
Yeah, this is aggressive. I mean, Safe, he is that guy. Something to prove, honestly, as well. There's a lot of people doubting his Team Liquid squad. Making excuses. Spots the barrel, sees the shoulder, takes the shot, dash into the wall. Still backs away, but Smoke, yeah, not dissipating. Give the clean angle, wants to re-aggress onto this.
What a play by Safe.
This is insane.
I mean, he's just got back onto this angle perfectly. He's giving his team maximum information.
Not how close though. Exploration into mid. It's the alarm bot dealt with. Nobody trying to hold this ground as well. And now he's worked himself into this lurking position. A cage.
The lurking Sova.
All over the place. Yeah, I mean, this is just adding so many different things into the mix. Trying to keep Team Liquid reeling, but player disadvantage now. A tap onto the plan. Haodong just trying to bait the utility, now actually choosing to stick it, and they've got themselves into that B-post plant situation, a smoke.
I love this. Nobody just holds for Haodong to plant, and then Haodong gives him a smoke to play even further.
Here's the lockdown, and nobody does have the Hunter's Fury for it, but he's in a smoke, man. He can't play for this. He's going to try and take the fight well. Wiggles himself into that angle, jumping down, trying to double up. Nats covering it, so the lockdown was destroyed. This can play out close here. It's down to Chichu. He does have that angle on it, but he's not watching for the bottom of mid. That's Redgar spraying down. Damage done, but not enough to claim the 2. And so, Josh, I gotta say, one of the most bizarre maps I feel like I've casted. I can't really get a feel for the flow of this because it's just all over the place.
Yeah, it's because EDG are playing so slowly and then using lurk timings in bizarre ways. I mean, that's one of the things that's actually good about EDG, and one of the reasons why I think they've got chances to win even against top teams is that they just play the game very differently compared to what a lot of the regions are expecting. But you gotta say, the player that's actually winning this for Team Liquid, I feel, consistently is Safe. He's been able to get so much value with the operator, whether that be like one pick and falling off or just holding the line over towards A. They're giving him ultimate responsibility of holding C all on his own or A all on his own. And it gives the rest of Liquid all the freedom.
Player like Safe as well. You got to think he's coming into this matchup. Everybody's gassing up the whole Kang versus Safe matchup with the duelists. Safe is a player who's been popping off, honestly, the entirety of the EMEA season.
Yeah.
He's been dominant.
He's been hard carrying Liquid in a lot of the situations. Probably not, you would say, the Grand Finals, which is their biggest win. But throughout the rest of the season, Safe was the guy. And he's supported Redgar to get into a very deep position over towards C, which again allows Team Liquid to stack over towards the middle of the map and towards A. They have chances of being able to play a Flood retake here off the Seekers. See what they decide to go for.
Flash into the back spam from the Heaven location. You know the Yampi's up there. They do have access to the site. Anything to push this back.
So it's going to be a set retake from Team Liquid. Redgar could have met up with the rest of his team using that Omen ult, and instead he's going on a very slow flank here.
All the way through. I mean, he does have one TP to navigate this trip as well that's on the flank. We'll see if he chooses to do so.
Chichu can hear it though if he uses it, surely.
Yeah, TP's across. I think that is heard by Chichu. It's an important fight again. It's on 2 different fronts. Safe already jumping all the way down, close to the corner. Chichu captures Redgar when he was trying to make the play. Flash and backing away. Team Liquid already make the call. Discipline to back away from this when they realize it's a lost cause. Oh.
Can get him punished. Yeah, there's another round that's just a bit of a misread, I think, from Liquid. You know, the overall game plan from them is to have Safe providing them huge information so that they can make the right reads. And this time, just not quite. They thought the read was that EDG were going to back away from A and end towards B. That's why they moved Safe over there. They had 3 players around the B area, playing retake A really without any major ultimates with which to do so. Only the Seekers. I don't think that's enough, necessarily. I'd like to see them play retake A with, you know, Lockdown or Rolling Thunder, something of that nature. Bit of a miscall there, I think, from Team Liquid, but that's also the first rifle round that EDG have won. So how they're in the lead is a bit of a miracle.
It is quite strange.
But they've pulled out some crazy stuff when it was required of them.
It's going against those expectations of how you'd expect the game to be going at this point. It does feel quite bizarre. There's an early util that was pumped into A lobby. Trailblazer's being used as well. Quite early on here by Solcas, just to clear out towards A lobby as well. Cam spawning out where Nats is playing. There's a push into mid. This is a double contact call. Paranoia, Hunter's Fury all the way through. Flash as well from behind. Nats holding down the fire. Buys enough time for Safe to also respond. Redcar playing up close, wants to take the fight as well. Just pushes right past it. He's eager for it. Kang still in the action, still in the fight, but the Blade Storms just couldn't quite land it. The micro adjustment's not there with the aim, and so 5-5, Team Liquid. It's evened up.
Redgar's hit is Super Saiyan mode. The grand finals, it felt like watching a different player with Redgar. The regular season, it was up and down. He had some horrendous games. He had some good ones too, thrown in there. But when I watched him play in the grand finals, he's just hitting every shot. He's challenging like this, going for plays, confident with the swings. And I think that was one of the big reasons why they kind of brutalized Fnatic in a major upset. They're looking to carry that momentum forwards here too. They don't look scared of EDG.
It's necessary, I think. Like we've been talking about, a lot of hype around EDG, the firepower that they've got, the incredible plays they've been able to pull off.
There are 3 players in A long right now, but pings all over the minimap towards B. And I'm not sure what Haodong's cooking up here, but it's some kind of set pre-planned round from EDG. What is the play? They don't have Spike.
Trailblazer, I think spots at least 2 there, up onto A as well. This is all over the place, but...
And they've got nobody playing more of a lurk than I've ever seen from a Sova on Haven.
Safe. Does disengage inside the smoke. Oh my god, it's all over the place. Labored with the spray. Jiu claims the kill though, takes out the opposing Jet player.
And it looks like the idea there is to pull people away from A. It's actually triggered a reaction from Nats.
Yeah, and he's also pushed. It's watch though, that's 2 players. Still, Nats lands one of the kills.
There go the Nano Swarms on A. It's all down to Solcas and Yampi to make something happen. Yampi caught.
Util out, Solcas is pushing now. He's got his knife out, man.
As much as we're finding it difficult to find the read on the flow of this game, you can see Liquid are having the same issues. That none of the Team Liquid players had a clue what was going on in this round, and for good reason. Again, this is scramble. This is how EDG are going to mess with you, because they just play some of these maps so differently. Gone are the days where they just held W and were extraordinarily predictable. They're now going to mess with your heads, mess with the flow of the game. I mean, who expects the Cypher Sova to be aggressively taking garage control to bait out A pushes?
It is so quite odd. I mean,
they play differently.
They do play differently. Credit to Haodong as well, his calling style. He's added that nuance with every single international event Edward Gaming have just been developing. And the sky's the limit. They achieved their goals that they set out for, making the top 8. That's where they are right now.
Starting the final round again, and Safe and Yampi are playing for a bit of mid control. They've spotted him now. And look, immediately, as soon as they know they're pushing Safe away from that spot, instantly pivot to A. I mean, the calls, the way that they're moving the map is really quite nice.
Haven't wasted time with it. Smoke's dropped down. Still with the dash, Kang. He's buying a lot of time, actually, with that Nano Swarm for the rest of the team to get in, because Team Liquid, they choose to flood all the way through. Haodong just TP'd right up close. Sinjoga will make a couple of plays like that. Chichu had the knife out. Definitely don't want to bring that one to the gunfight. Down towards short. Everybody fell. That's a flawless. What a weird and wacky half of Valorant we've just witnessed.
Yeah. I mean, if this is what the rest of the match is going to feel like, then we've got some bizarre situations in front of us. But I think, you know, you see the 2 Jets at the top of the screen. They've been delivering. I feel like the map, though, has come more down to who's got the read on what their opponents are doing.
Absolutely. 6-6 then. On the side discussion, we've come to an agreement as well. We've been applying, I think, a little bit too much critical thought into the going on of the game.
Absolutely.
And we've agreed to...
give up.
Well, maybe not give up, but we're gonna be rolling with it a little bit more, I think. Because
give up and enjoy the moment.
I think that is an important takeaway from this because
Kang has a sheriff.
he's got a sheriff. He's purchased it. He's 11 and 10. He's feeling it, and he wants to take it to the opposition of safe. But we see some aggression out of double doors, though.
Look at this setup in Garage. It's such a hard read. I think that's part of why the first half was bizarre too. Both teams so willing to stack areas on the defense. And it's not where Liquid are going to, again.
Yeah, so they're going to go straight down through into B. Dash now into the right side. Kang, that's a deep dart to clear some of it. He's just lurking this entire time. It was watched by Nats yet. Well, he falls. And they pounce straight out of double doors. Two of the players colliding, collapsing now onto it, but positions have been flipped around. Team Liquid, they want to take up the extremities on the one side of the map. Safe has to be aware of it. Could be that flank timing. A stun into the corner. Shots rattled, only needs the two. Sokas, he's got to hold his line. Towards the back of the site with the ghost. Tap, 6 bullets left. Cannot get the second. It's traded up to Redgar. It's planted for him. Out in the open, bit of a tap. Players are low, just trying to bait out and hunt out a position. Redgar with that kill, time really running short. Nobody needs to kill well. That's confidence, isn't it? The IGL feeling it.
These are
self-known.
These are the moments that Redgar is just pulling out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. He's just pulling magic out for Team Liquid in some of their most recent matches. It's a delight to watch. It reminds me of him running around playing Rainer on this map, back when they used to ban it all the time on mech.
Let's fucking go.
All right, language. I know you're having fun out there.
Yeah. Keep it PG, get a rule book out.
That's a huge round. You think about this. EDG, 4 out of 6 of the rounds that they've won have come out of pistol, follow-up, and 2 thrifties. So Liquid really have been getting over the line in most of these similar situations, but I just said it, the thrifties have been big for EDG.
The Marshall purchase pushing forwards. Information trying to be gathered here. Safe making the most of it as a stun. His face, 47 health, drops down. Smoggy's in. Oh, this is going a little bit all over the place. It needs to be contained, needs to be watched for. With the classics, has enough been done? Can nobody clean this one up? 2 players left standing. Safe will go down to really light breeze. He should be able to hear those footsteps.
Yeah, they can definitely hear him. Oh, nobody's going for the sound bait. He's faking like he's gone all the way through.
What will be watched? Plan goes down, though. I think Team Liquid should just play this quite safely. They have a turret. Take contact of main. Nanaswarm as well. As long as Nats plays his life, it really shouldn't be winnable for nobody. I mean, does have a shock dart to clear some area of the plant, but well, it's deaded early, so not even having that option, that chance. There it is, has to reload because the turret took up most of his time. First shot going to be missed there by Safe. We'll try and bait one of the fights as well, misses the first. And yeah, Team Liquid are really just playing this one excellently. There's a discipline, a wide swing, a wider facing as well. Just buying all that time. Let off the clock, 1 player left standing, it is Safe. So an expensive round. A round win nevertheless here for Team Liquid.
And it feels like they're slowly pulling out into the lead. Now we'll have to see what kind of buy they can get together for this one. It looks like they'd be incentivized to full commit. Soulcast going for a hero rifle, just taking a glance at the economy at the moment. It's kind of a tough decision for Liquid. You don't want to let EDG back into the game. You don't want to let them build up too much of an economy. You do want to try and keep it suppressed so Kang struggles to buy that operator. And here's another question, Brent. What is the pace going to look like for Team Liquid? Are they going to play as slowly as EDG did? Kakuka talked about it on the desk, how the stats say Team Liquid are one of the slowest teams on attack side to get that first pick.
Yeah, the embodiment of that EMEA play style. A lot of the EDG players were talking about it, Long in particular. And style of play. Flash reclearance now into Garage. Breaking the cam. Taking a bit of that space, even a Nanaswarm into the corner as well. A lot of util being used to clear close to the Garage.
It's not a full commitment though. Not a C-split. It's baited out a bit of a defensive reaction from EDG. Liquid are just prodding around the map. That Nanaswarm, great for getting rid of enemy Killjoy utility. Not so great when Shishu's playing Cypher.
Yeah, that was a flash reclearance. Sure nobody's in there. Now Trailblazer being used quite far back. Angle watch for. It's back and forth.
Again,
Players still
slow.
from EDG.
It's been over a minute here, Bren, and Team Liquid still looking just to now recommit back through Garage, which they cleared earlier, so now they're just going to contact in.
They gave it up and they heard the
30
flash, I think,
seconds
so
left.
they're worried about it being taken up again.
They still have 3 players over here towards C.
Here we go. Dash is there, fault line into the corner, stunned up. He needs some help, but Kankan will not be receiving it. Where's the team to try and bail him out? Chichu's there. Dodge to the side with a flash. No kill. Found. Time running short. Aftershock to try and disrupt this plan. They want to flood right back into it. Where's the util? Just raw gun duels. Beaming them down. The clock just bled down a little bit too much there. Time was of the essence, and it really did turn up the heat, I think, for Team Liquid to try and win out those gun duels.
So not the most expensive one in the world. But now Team Liquid are going to have rifles on board. This game is so close. Kankan's not built up enough money to be able to buy his operator, though. And he's still 1 away from the Blade Storm. So that major win condition of getting Kankan an op on defense side is not going to be
10
there.
seconds left.
1 enemy remaining. Spike.
If they win this round, though, that's when you start to see the Kankan op come out. So this one is going to be massively important. Team Liquid would love to win it, not just to get them up to 9, but to stop one of EDG's major win conditions.
Here.
Might take it towards a lobby, flash corner. No one breaking the dart though, so nobody will pick up the orb, get his ult online. Does Fury now around and available? Just in case.
And with how slow Liquid have been playing, that Hunter's Fury may end up being very decisive, you know, about 40 seconds to a minute from now. Having said that, Team Liquid are grouping up towards B with the spike as if they may want to hit here a little earlier than they did last time.
Spamming to see if they can catch some of this Cypher utility.
That's something EDG don't have to deal with very much in China. I think they've got away with running the Cypher comp because the other Chinese teams really don't prioritize that.
Same pathing from Safe. He's done that a few times now. He's getting spammed out by Smoggy. Lucky to get away with his life, but they do gain the sight as a result of it. Here's
Hunter's
the plan.
Fury?
Here it is, being unleashed. Doesn't get a tag though, it's slightly delayed. Does clear out towards the front section of B, so his team can start to get back into it, but there's not really too much urgency from EDG, and now a call is made. So it's going to be a reclearance through Garage.
Yeah, and a reflank through A short.
Still, this trip in their face, and it's being watched. Haodong's there, has to expect a second. Was actually clearing that close corner, just ends up losing the duel. Here we go, it's all over the place. Util, 10 straight flying, walking, wading right through the smoke. What is that from Solkas? Resetting for it, buying time for Redgar, and he strikes back. Kankan, it's a 1v3, time running short. An's just contacting, walking all over the place, looking to try and save there, but doesn't get away with it, does not save that weapon into the next.
This is what we're talking about with Team Liquid. Their game plan there looks lovely. They changed the pace. Team Liquid was slightly faster in their ability to get a B plan down. They hadn't defaulted towards Garage, broken the trip. They just went for it. They went for it, they planted, and then afterwards, they instantly pushed the main amount of their team through Garage to try and create pressure in the C connector, and they have Redgar lurking through A. They wasted not a moment. And now they've hurt the economy desperately of Edward Gaming. They need a Kankan round from the Blade Storm. They need it now.
They certainly do. This map could quickly spiral out of their control. It's EDG's map pick. Kankan's going to be pushed up into the 4 position. With the amount that Team Liquid have been putting into like the slow attacking mid-default, trying to break a lot of the Cypher utility, it's a bit of a gamble. It's a good one. Because guess what? He might have some targets. They are slowly creeping onto his corner. It's a jump spot and a face by Safe. He was not worried.
He's been so good. Safe has just been incredible at finding these players in dodgy little spots and rooting them out.
Credit to Team Liquid there as well. I mean, Safe just had full confidence that he was being covered. He heard the jump spot, but he didn't, you know, swap his crosshair placement over towards the middle area. They knew what their goal was, and it was to clear close.
I've got your trail.
Here's a Seeker, used up close, nobody trying to get away with it inside the smoke. Seekers are broken, but this time Team Liquid going all the way over towards C. Still, players towards the back, that's Haodong inside the smoke still. When will it be going down? Not too sure, but he's trying to play inside of it, hoping somebody walks himself in. Another smoke, drop down at the choke towards the back, Safe clears it. Adjustment with the aim of the team as well. They've got his back, Shorty. Out in his hands, might want to try and take it straight to them. There it is, there's 1B. One in the chamber left still. Nobody know brings him down. Confidence trying to slow down the shots in between as well to land it, but It is cleaned up with 4 players surviving of Liquid. That's going to be the 10th round that they get. Steadily getting closer now as well.
Red guy looks so chilled out. He's taking a sip of his drink towards the end there.
30 seconds
The
left.
round had only ended. He's just like, yeah, all right, we got it. No worries. On to the next. Round 18. Kang finally has an operator in his hand. Could that be the game changer?
It's going to have to be, but I mean, Safe is running away with it. 19,
certainly is.
13, playing with something to prove. A lot of people, the community narratives making excuses for Fnatic losing that finals. They got something to prove indeed, and well, okay, bit of an Omen battle.
Yeah, that one.
What was Redgar doing?
Well, Redgar was just inside his smoke. That's Redgar's smoke. You expect that to be a safe area. I would ask, what is Howdong doing? He just ran in there, but he just acted like it was a Thunderdome and took the duel.
They're running straight in now. They're going to take the C site. That's waiting as well for the reswing. It's all being cut up by the dash in play. There's a plan.
Spike planted.
Themselves into the post. Kang with a dash here. Flash not connecting.
Yampy is about
Holding
to
some
rip the
tilt.
ult.
Yeah, it's a Rolling Thunder right in his hands, but he's out in the open. His backside showing, mate. Pull the trousers up. Come on, get on with it. Kang round the side now, using smokes to reposition. Spots it potentially. One head there. No, not quite. Nats, he's still there. Peekaboo right round the sides. Doesn't get the second kill he was looking for. 2 players left standing here for Liquid. Players flooding in, but his timing is everything from Safe. He's flashed. It's a bit of a team flash. So Gas, he goes down to Safe. Half on the defuse. Updraft over the top. Howdong puts it down and claims the round.
Another quicker one from Team Liquid, EDG. It feels like they want to fight. Right from the beginning, as soon as Howdong just sprinted into the smoke and took down Redgar, which we'll see. Look at this replay. I mean, they get a stun.
Yeah, it's a stun reclear.
But they don't know, as far as I'm aware, that Redgar's in there. I think Redgar must have teleported, and they are like...
But he was spamming before he jumped into the smoke.
Absolutely.
Which means he must have had some indication.
Yeah, I heard a footstep or something. But EDG get a much-needed round here that keeps the operator in Kang's hands. He's going to be taking it on a walk down C long. With the camera to start with.
Yeah, taking liberties.
Yeah, and that's going to allow Shishu to rotate off. But it doesn't really look like Kang's op is going to be the difference maker here. He's so far away from where the action's actually going to be happening. And Team Liquid, they dictate the place of battle.
You should run.
Again, it's the same foresight that's being put in by this Liquid squad. Lockdown here is going to clear all the way through to B, the backside of C. They can go in whatever direction they want. Wait it out, try and re-clear. Now, they didn't break the trip close. That's actually going to be catching onto, I believe, was that Yampy?
Yeah, Yampy.
So Yampy's going to be beamed down. Here's a Rolling Thunder. An attempt and a play. EDG just pushing on every single section of the map right now. Kang with the operator. Decided to take that flank timing with still chance. There it is, hits the flick.
Spike
The wide
down
face
mid.
by Nats. Spike's been dropped down into the middle of nowhere, 2v5. Nobody doesn't aim to take another aim duel to give away their chances. This time, quite patient. Ping into the corner, letting his
30
team know
seconds
that
left.
could be a player close there tucked.
He's right.
Certainly is. But despite drop down, there's 20 seconds left. Oh, the timing on that. Yeah, just looking the wrong way for it. There's part of the puzzle taken care of, but Kang immediately answers back and he says, okay, I'm going to flip the puzzle table. Not getting away with it, you're not going to be able to carry it forwards.
And Solgas has no chance of being able to win this one. So it's so strange watching Team Liquid run these fast plays, actually, because they're running all of their protocols as if they're playing against a Killjoy. They're not breaking the trip at the front, but Nats is throwing a nanoswarm to get rid of Killjoy utility. That doesn't exist, but he's just doing it because he's used to doing it, because he's normally playing against Killjoy players. And he's not adapting, saving the nanoswarm for postban and looking for a trip to break. That's just lost them that round, because they're not thinking about how to adjust based on playing against the Cypher. Which is weird to me, Brent, because they were actually defaulting Garage and breaking cam and breaking trips when they were thinking about it.
And also Team Liquid were the one team that were running the Cypher the most on this map.
Absolutely.
No more than anyone, right? How to be taking care of the Cypher util, but...
So this is a couple of energy that day. You just need a certain energy when you come into games where you know you're going to win and you feel confident you're going to win. He said we had that on that day. They haven't played in a while. They're kind of cold, you know?
Yeah.
You might need a bit of a warm-up. Yampy barking. in order to get into a match like this properly.
Yeah. Please do not repeat in my ranked games. Okay, Dog forwards into the back. That's going to clear out towards Gong. It's a stun, a dart, but well, Smoke's watched for. Into the corner goes safe, and well, the Aftershock actually didn't do any damage. He's able to get out of there with the updraft. It's a flood attempt into the back. Look at that crosshair placement.
He looks
immaculate. The precision from Safe. It's just sublime, but it's answered. It's met. Howdong's there. And guess what? Kang also on the flank with this up. Just getting a sightline onto it, a tap onto it. That's going to force Yampi to look the other direction with the Rolling Thunder, just in case they are on it. No kills claimed off of it, but Kang is taken care of now. Brought down. Two left standing here for EDG with Nats on this reflank. There's the one. Chichu not able to get out alive. So 11-2-9. Adjustments were made off the back of that timeout, and Team Liquid actually looked quite in control of everything that was going on.
Yep. They lean heavily on Safe to get them into the site and get the plant down, and he is delivering today. 23 kills. Absolute perfection in terms of the space that he's controlling and the shots he's hitting. And this one's gorgeous. And then their post plants are really dynamic. They always have plans for them. Nats was on a flank, Yampi had his ult. They're developing plans for the post plant before the spike even goes down. EDG aren't really stopping them from getting those plants on B. They're always trying to spam where Safe is, but they haven't got the kill just yet. Kankan maybe feels like he needs to force the issue. There it is again, Redgar punished. All right, Redgar, you need to chill on that one now.
Kankan's also going to be taken out. Oh my, swing through the double doors. It's your cyber player who's doing that. All popped up. Gonna be giving them information at least that, yeah, now they see where Safe is on the minimap. So a bit of chaos just sowed in at the beginning. Cam finally taken care of. Not even at the minute mark yet in the round, but it's a two-player disadvantage. Anything's possible though when Safe has those knives.
And they give him a lot of space.
Yeah, he's just able to wade and walk all the way through into this.
They've given him respect because he's good, but that gives him more room to work with.
Spots it. Here's the pressure being applied now towards C as well. Up, barreling through into C long.
He's running around.
Still a trip in their face. Yeah, it's finally broken. Backing away and regrouping with the rest of the team. So EDG actually did use that as a chance to try and get out of there as the tap comes through. As a stun, a Hunter's Fury just trying to flood potentially back into this one. Do they want to take a fight off of it? Gonna have to adjust it. No one's actually really getting into the site off the back of that big ult. In fact, they've stopped it.
Wait a moment.
Yampi now, with plenty of time left, he's going to get that plant down after baiting out all of these key pieces of util, and Soulcast is definitely feeling it. Wide-faced Chichu, only the one before traded, nobody. Looked his way into the back of the sides. He sees the barrel. Sees the barrel, doesn't land the shot though. It's baited to the side and the spray. Rifle not cooled down. Yampi can take that fight cleanly.
There was a chance, and yet Team Liquid moved their way up to map point. On their opponent's map pick, no less. Things are not going to get easier for EDG. They haven't played Split or Lotus at all. Most recently in China. So we have no idea what's going to happen map 2, map 3.
Deeper into the series.
But they would have liked an early start. Something to work on. And yet, Safe and the rest of Liquid have waded in here, ready to show them how it's done in playoffs.
This is that #1 EDAC. Liquid also, a team that we haven't spoken about it as much, but they do have quite a bit to prove. People making a lot of excuses for Fnatic. Using that finals. Here we go. Cage. Brought up close here. Still a trip in the face as well. Updraft dash forwards onto the platform.
It's so perfect.
Oh my goodness. And a flash and a repeat. Way to the side. They brought down 2 of them. It crumbles. EDG have to do so much here. You can feel it. Kang with the updraft and the knives. A blade, someone in one left in his back pocket. Yambi takes a swing of things. Why not? Push back. Nobody who was pushing deep. 2 players close. Round here. It's all on Kang and so much to do. Just cannot quite.
Thriving from Safe. That to me is a big duel again. A big battle. Seeing Safe play up against now Smoggy and Kang.
It's an interesting one. Here we go. Let's get into the piss around here. Map #2. Must win for EDG to stay in the series. And off the rip, you're seeing the potential for a trap play. That's his cam. Flashed up. Redgar pops his head up. Wants to try and take a fight to them, but they're not wasting time, are they? There's the paranoia. There's the swing. It's beautiful.
Gorgeous thing. Gorgeous play. To be able to get a kill on the board.
Still trying to deal with this This camera, it's pesky. Trailblazer, they got the spike. Just disengage. What is the call right now for EDG? How do they want to fight this? How do they want to play it? Still looking for the camera. They just cannot reach it. He's so scared. He's so scared of it, man. He's like, oh god, are they going to swing me? And yeah, here it is. Rico finally strikes.
He pays for it with his life.
Oh, what is that?
Howdong is so favored there. And it's all just gone in the bin for Edward Gaming.
Poor
Five
Edward.
players stay alive for Team Liquid there.
Yeah.
They have a great idea, and EDG run into the trap completely.
You see the level of thought that Team Liquid do put into this composition. They have really great ideas. I mean, the bait and switch, the cam contact, safe re-clearing. I mean, with the way that this guy's playing as well, so much confidence to be able to take a fight like that.
How you doing, Howdong?
Okay.
I'm telling you, the energy this team brings to games is sometimes unmatched. You know, normally I would listen to an answer, like the one I was talking about before, right? Where Emil was saying they just brought more energy in the game against Fnatic. Normally I'd hear that and I'd be like, classic coach BS answer. But I actually believe it with this team, man. Liquid just, when they get themselves riled up, they look fantastic. And they also have great game plans too. It's not just all based on momentum and confidence. You know, the airy-fairy words. But yeah, when they're snowballing like this, they seem a bit unstoppable. EDG are really going to have to pull something deep out in this round to answer. And it's got to come from Smoggy and Kangkang.
Yeah, the double duelist comp. It's quite good on the attack side. You can take a lot of that rapid space. See teams trend their approach over towards ramp. The reason I'm keeping this general, Josh, is because we haven't seen this team play this comp. We don't really know what they've got cooked up, but it looks like they are leaning over towards A.
But also, have you seen EDG run a really fast default at any point so far today?
No, it's all been slow.
They were criminally slow on Haven.
Yeah.
They need to be taking quick A-ramp control. That's what this composition really thrives on.
Again, they waited out. There's no real threat here. I mean, you're running the Astra as well. There's not even a star on the top section of this. They're just spamming it down, trading. Bullets raining down on either side, so Yampy with the one, but taken out. But yeah, you know, there's not even the threat of an Astra star close up towards ramp. I mean, Liquid are...
That's his tongue in hell.
Oh, yeah. Trip gets broken. Cage to reposition.
All this time, by the way, 3 players, now 4 players, everybody on Team Liquid committed to the A side of the map because they've got a wall in mid. They're not worried about anybody lurking through. They still know that there's people around here.
Howdong is just walking through spawn, thinking that somebody might have pushed through B main. There's on it this entire time, but yeah, I mean, 50 seconds left.
Here.
There hasn't been any re-exploration from EDG. No util being used into mid. Paranoia, fight taken, right through the wall, Kang! That's what his team needed. Inside the smoke, Nats will not get away with too much.
And he's done it, hasn't he? For what feels like the first time in the match, actually, apart from that Blade Storm round on Haven. Kangkang has just straight up won them around with his individual brilliance. He was paranoid in the corner, manages to take down one and another, puts Solcas in a very, very difficult 1v3.
Glimpses of that old Edward Gaming as well, when they were so damn good with the Vandal spray transfers. I mean, I've seen a team like it. Brings it out there. Should be the round win. And yeah, with Solcas falling, 3 in the round, Kang. That is well earned. Let us scream out. You deserve it for that one. Bring your team finally getting that one round on the board.
And again, bring the energy, bring the confidence. Maybe even bring the tempo up a little bit. Yeah, massive 2K there from Kangkang to be able to keep his team in that situation. Now Safe has the operator online. His op on Haven, Team Liquid put so much faith into it. He was holding down whole areas of the map just by himself. They have the utmost trust that Safe is going to be able to get onto a line at the start with a bit of assistance and then hold it forever.
So the start of this backside protocol, they do break a portion of the wall.
Risky from Redgar, crossing like that in mid.
Yeah, out in the open. I mean,
Is he even going to think about...
hold up. Smoke in his face. What's he going for? Trailblazer, he wants to take a timing. Oh, it's a half clearance. It is traded though. Kang willing and ready to run him down, and now they want to just burst himself straight into heaven. It's going to be, again, Trailblazer taken care of, but they don't have as much control of B main. Looking to try and take this slowly. Nats holding up close, Cage at his feet. Yampi's there. He supplements, he supports, and he helps out his teammate. Lovely movement. Chichu makes him favored in that particular fight. Dash still there. Again, walking onto it. Noise has been cut, slowed all the way down. Safe still active. Yeah, Chichu puts a stop to it. They know where Solkas is. The throw at Util. He's isolated the fight, though. Brought it into a 1 versus 1. Chichu faces and wins.
Major round. Major round by Shishu there. He was so close to just getting caught out when he goes into rafters through B. And instead has a little jiggle peek with the snake bite in hand, drops down, trades nobody, wins the clutch, picks off safe. He did everything there for his team. Absolutely everything. And we've seen him in clutches. We've seen him win clutches. We know he's good at that. So off the back of a couple of rounds where EDG have had a player step up, Kankang and then Chishu, they've knocked Team Liquid's economy. Instantly take the op out of Safe's hands.
And they could do some damage. One step away from the ult. Safe though. He's making a go of it. I appreciate it. Good try.
Got to make plays, of course, when you're on the Nico, but that one not particularly set up. Just Safe looking for his own little individual performance. EDG are definitely approaching this in a somewhat slow-paced manner, but so far we've seen more pace adjustments, even just in the first 4 or 5 rounds, than I feel like we saw from them on the attack side of Haven the entire time.
Yeah.
They have played slow, but then they've also pressured towards Ram.
Could this get dangerous? Okay.
Not anymore.
Yeah, Boomer spots it. Both cages used for the reposition. Oh, Kang is not letting him escape. Goodness me. Even faking me out there. Solkas with the reposition. That's a Bucky in his hand. Shot he's going to be taking any long-range fights at all. So plan can start to go down here. Bit of a tap.
30 seconds
Trying to bait out
left.
the swing. Kang. So keen to explore. He's like, oh god, did I just unplug my keyboard? Hey up.
I mean, he is looking down at his computer like something has happened. I don't think it's going to give Solkas any opportunity to win, but yeah, I got a sneaking suspicion we might be heading into a tech pause here, Bren, because that mouse movement was... Oh, he's walking around again, actually, so...
Go.
All right, maybe not, maybe not. Is he going to be able to pick up the last? It's so right there it is. Bucky to the back of the head.
Yeah. Rifle for his troubles.
EDG will be happy with that, though, as long as Kankan can shake off his temporary annoyance. It's a big round, or at least a series of big rounds that now get them closer to ultimates that can help them continue this snowball. Now, they're going to be looking towards a showstopper, Viper's Pit if they get a plant down. These are the swing situations, and to be honest, EDG just copying this double duelist, double controller comp that a lot of teams are running right now. They have much more impactful ultimates than Liquid do.
I mean, a showstopper alone as well. It can completely open up areas of the map where you want to play, and it looks like sights are set once more towards A. Will there be some pace behind this? It's all been quite slow at the beginning, waiting for the wall. Same play, same approach. Just waiting to see if there's any sort of Sage utility. Again, the flash gets info gap. Oh my goodness, just in the smoke.
See, this is the kind of round where I'd love them to go for a ramp pressure instantly to try and use that conditioning against Liquid, but it is a very similar feel.
All grouped up. Okay, not too much exploration into mid. We're getting to that minute marking around. Boombot has to be used to just clear close in case somebody was pushed this entire time.
And because they're so slow and so stacked over towards A and mid, Nats is getting full info in B main with his cam. And that frees up all the Liquid players to be over towards this A heaven kind of area.
Seekers wants the call. Ropes taken. Any sort of pace off of it? Doesn't look likely.
I don't know why Team Liquid have 3 over towards B right now when they know there's nobody B main, but yeah, and Redgar and Safe just with the wrong read, and certainly Smoggy's pressure over here is going to keep them guessing.
Prim's still not broken either. Dash back away, Seekers. Here's the showstopper. It's Rapid. Kang. Easy one for him to land. Safe still on Heaven. Looking down, trying to find an easy fight. Look at his aim, and that is crispy. The crossfire setup. It's only the 2 for 2, though. Need to get themselves into the side. Dodging around. That's still here. Denies it. 7 seconds remaining. No chance in hell. Smoggy has to go for the kill. He has to try and leap onto him, and he does land it. Claims the kill. It was the only way for them to win the round.
In the nick of time. 2 seconds remain on the clock. And that's Smoggy's second of the map so far. Wins them around. I feel for Nats because he played that situation, I feel perfectly. He was just hovering around, waiting to deny the plant. But it looked like he'd done enough. Look at how he swings around the corner here with his potential to win the 1v2. Just couldn't quite nip back around. I think EDG are a bit fired up to win this game too.
Seems like it to me.
Teams from smaller regions or inexperienced regions develop their own meta that kind of ignores what the rest of the international scene is doing. And EDG have learned from other people at their tournament showings and by, I'm sure, watching VODs and playing a composition that we know can get vast amounts of value on this map.
We haven't even showcased as well just how fast it can play safe. Disrespect towards the Viper Orb. I mean, he's getting away with this because he just knows how slow they are being at the beginning of these rounds.
And think about how good a fast A ramp hit would be right now. It would run safe over.
Trailblazer, repeat, fight, taken, flash in the face though. You got to respect that one. Got to back away. There's a slow orb for your troubles. And a bit of a reset again. Nobody fell. Nobody went.
But
down.
EDG got information. They knew that there was 2-3 players pushing them over there, and Kang's used that info to just walk up mid. So now he's set up quite nicely and perfectly silently to put the pressure once more on anybody that would be playing a ramp or possibly Heaven. It's Yampy safe up there again.
Lining it up. Snakebite. Be sailing through the air.
That wall's a bit of a nightmare. It looks like everyone's going to have to go A Heaven and spill out unless they spend forever breaking this wall.
It's going to take a long time to break it. They have to opt into it. It's going to buy time surely for the rotation. You still have B main control. Team Liquid, they should be shoring up these defenses. Safe takes that first duel, drops himself down, does not have a dash available, but now he does. In and out of the smoke. Weaving backwards, forwards. Shorty in play. Howdong breaks it, shuts it down. Chi2! The reactions. Snakebite is online. This will be a 1v4. Drops it down, it does cover that plant. Bullets raining right over his head. He's dropped down to 9 health, but he's still alive and the pit remains. Backs away though. That takes the timing.
Shishu with a great try there, nice attempt, but all improvised. And yeah, he felt like he had an opportunity to win, but his plant was outside of the pit, so he was never going to be favored in that scenario. It's just a pit that he throws on the fly, of course, not one that's pre-planned. Once more, the hero's safe. What he's able to do there, how has he got the awareness to look behind him exactly as the hit's coming through B main and make sure that anyone that's lurking through ropes gets dealt with? I mean, he just catches the timing so immaculately onto Kang and then is still able to stop the A main push. This guy's a warrior. He's just out here doing work for Liquid.
Incredible awareness. For all the praises, as Liquid who was still 1 round down. Money in the bank as well.
Keep in mind though, Bren, we have no idea whether EDG are going to be attack or defense sided on this map. It's a very balanced map in the meta currently, but all comes down to team style.
Yeah, Rengar's been playing on those ropes a few times now. Almost getting pre-fired. Score don't actually break the util. Trip's still there, save dash. Here's the bullets, he's got a shorty. He's hoping anyone will cross into his sight line. Oh my.
There goes the dash.
Yeah. Not gonna have that one. And EDG, they are a quirky team with the timings they take. All over the place. The wall in A main is going to be fading, expiring, but you're walking right into the shotgun, no kill. Running forwards, he heard the ropes and he's just spraying. And praying. Prayers answered, 1 kill. And it's a scramble now, isn't it, Josh?
Yes, but it's a scramble over towards the B side of the map. Howdon gives away his life, but this should be Nats under enormous pressure. No, EDG, they're just going to back up and save.
Yeah, 50 seconds.
The call was there at that point. They almost made it. They nearly pulled the trigger and drove everything into a rotation.
And now we're seeing it's going to be the save entirely here for EDG. I'm surprised that they haven't been playing fast. Haven't been making any of these plays for it. Early on, it's been all slow. And even when they are trying to do significant mid-rounding, straight up into B heaven or what, they're not really breaking any of the Cypher util. B main control's never really theirs as well. If the camp does get broken early on, that's as quick to put
control is still going the way of Liquid. It's been kind of heroic performances from individuals that have carried EDG through, which is somewhat similar to the first half of Haven. I've got to see a change up of tempo. I thought we were going to at the beginning. It looked like they were messing with the tempo just a little bit, but they've really not at any point had a fast take of mid or a fast take of a ramp. Even if they then slow the pace down, I just think that would be such a good thing to throw in there.
Light Storm. Made close, but a slow up just
Here.
makes the approach a bit tepid here from EDG. Trailblazer as well, scared of that one being spammed. Back and forth here. Sage Wall, and immediately backs away as well. Heaven control, though, is theirs, but the smoke as well immediately to push this one back. And Liquid, they are facing this with 3 players. They want to flash through. They want to fight this, I think. Take control. Yampy's there. Pop flash. Paranoia around the corner. It's all just sublime. Safe. He capitalizes. It's a perfect amount of utility. It's forced to stop her into it. 2 players left standing. Main being watched for. Jump spots as well. Gathering the info. Crispy.
EDG were never winning this round, Brett. There were 4 players on A, and this Cam in B main is still there.
Live Casticus?
I mean, there's just no way. Howdong is a good player, but I mean, more so than even focusing
30
on
seconds left.
his current 1v4 clutch attempt. I think it's more about finding the IGL adaptation, because they're getting brutalized in the info game. You can't win a game of Split where you're on your attack side and there's 3 players A heaven, 1 player A main, and you're trying to commit to A. It's never going to work. And the time on the clock isn't, we're not even talking about a late round hit. We're talking right at the beginning of the round. They know in their bones that EDG are all grouped over at A.
The Team Liquid comp does so damn well. You set your sights to try and break a wall in one area. They've still got the Cypher traps on the other to get that information safe. Posted up now. Oh, it's a brave jiggle. Many angles it could have been peeked from, but...
The Cam gets posted B main. Redgar immediately goes over to A. There's 4 players A again.
Yeah. It's, there's not too much nuance in this play.
No, and with EDG's coach saying that their attack side looks so deadly, I was hoping for more. And that might seem overly harsh considering the score is only 5-4, but I got to see something different here. Now this Cam, with it being broken, I think is going to signal that this round is different. At what point do Team Liquid try something? Right,
It's close, no one's holding it.
yeah, they haven't really rotated off the back of this, so he's going to
put
have an opening.
Pressure now onto Redgar and Nats. They're gonna hold this one.
What?
EP inside the smoke, Redgar! What are you doing, son?
What the Redgar am I watching?
Oh my goodness, that is peak form from him. Ludicrous play in a moment, and he may have just handed this chance over. Solkas,
Spike planted.
can he pick up the pieces? Can he forge them a win from it? Can they land these shots? Can they land these kills? Well, with the aim, and the rifle's handed over. Let's fire the 5, okay.
I mean, watching Redgar is like Jekyll and Hyde. He'll give you some games where he's absolutely
It was a
deadly.
crazy play, man. I mean, is he...
I think he's deliberately put the smoke in a weird position. No, that's a soup kitchen level of a feed.
This is crazy. That is just crazy.
Okay, we haven't seen too many of them though.
No, we haven't.
Which sometimes he's dishing them out. So 5 to 5. Kang starts off really nicely.
Okay. Yeah, so this time Kang pulling out the attacking op.
For the first time.
There's a switch up. That is the first time he's done it, and he's immediately going to be getting that one. Now, Solkas does have a res, but They don't have control of A main. They can't play for it easily.
Yeah, that's a very tough one to go for. I mean, he could try and go for a deep wall, but he would need support from the rest of his team, and Yampi's already rotating off.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's much chance he's going to fight this.
Just the one pick, though.
EDG are just holding so slowly, and Yampi's going to try and re-swing it.
Oh, okay, the wall broken. Nade punish the raise. Yampi was holding the one cross. They actually don't get the kill.
He was 3 HP!
Oh my goodness.
Getting healed live. I think Sorkas just saved his life with the heal there.
In some way or form, I'm not too sure, but I mean, the updraft at least as well put him out of harm's reach. Here's a Cosmic Divide, though. EDG
Take some space, Edward, please!
trying to play off of this, but they've got to go a bit faster than that. They've allowed a lot of time. Save. Rare whiff. Misses the shot. Close up to the wall. Double updraft, or at least with the satchels. The movement is clean, and they are, this time, taking it. It's brute force on display with the rifle aim. Spike drop down. There's 20 seconds left. Who is going to be getting this plan off? It's Shishu. One step closer to this one, but still holding control of Heaven. Yambi, he's also dropped down. They're taking control of main, and now starting to work their way through across this side. And it is just pure precision. Yambi was a man on a mission, determined to take the space. It was so methodical the way he's playing, and his teammates have got his back immediately for the trade.
I think EDG have got to be kicking themselves, though. They didn't take any space. After they got the pick on safe, they didn't actually take any map control off of it, and they allowed Team Liquid to run what was a ballsy move, but it worked out, of getting the res off the heal, Yampi with an operator to support. A play like that really shouldn't work, and yet EDG allowed the opportunity because they didn't want to take any map control. They can still make this an excellent half, though, in theory, by putting one more up. Safe's going to op again, but he's very far away from the action to start the round. And EDG are going... No, they look like they were going forwards,
They wanted to go fast,
and they were backing off again.
back immediately away.
But at least this time they're not keeping 4-5 players around A main the entire round. They still have somebody towards B, someone towards mid, and that cam is in B heaven instead, right? So it's not getting constant B main info.
Re-exploration into mid. Gar just wants to take the fight up. No util. Smoggy has just ripped 3 of them out.
That play by Liquid, not really too much utility behind it, and that puts Safe and Solcast in a tough position to try and stop this half from going even. This has been one of the more bizarre games of Valorant I've watched in a long time.
I'm really confused at that round as well. I mean, okay, why not?
I love watching Liquid when they're playing at their best, and then you get some strange situations occurring too, and EDG are matching them. Which way is this one going to go?
Yeah, Safe has the Blade Stone. He's got the dash finally enabled. Smoke round the side, up draft, trying to clear as much as humanly possible. Showstopper, it's used. Here's the initiation. Rocket sails past Smoggy with 4. That's 6-6. A familiar setting that we find ourselves in with this first half here. Just as strange as the first map in all my professional opinion, but
let's think about what the coach said. Coach of Edward Gaming said our attack side is dangerous. That was just from playing scrims. Remember, they haven't played it in a match, and not with this comp since April. So, is this enough?
yeah, is this enough? Are we going to be able to look? Yeah, it's been certainly close. I mean, back and forth, 6-6 here. You can see on the timeline as well. I mean, that early pistol round. It's been an odd one to observe, you know, for the reasons we've already pointed out. It feels like Team Liquid have been making the better macro plays, the better macro reads. You know, the utility hasn't really been cleared at times as well. It's made their decision-making quite easy, but it's a new dawn, it's a new day, and we are jumping right in. That's a paranoia into B heaven. Safe. Immediately up draft dashes as well. He's taken that one up, and what a switch up in terms of that tempo. Here's the dash active once more. Smoke in the face, just trying to take the fight, but that's all the way back. Brings down Kang Kang. High ground angle. Double face, double swing. Howdong contains that. 5 HP for Smoggy, yet still lands the shot, and nobody's got his back. Watching. Up to Nats. It's low. Jump spot. A lot of util at his disposal. How much info does he really gather off of it? Cage finally going to be deaded. So he can try and find an angle. There's one. Other side of the cage. Spam shots landing. As Chichu just chases him down.
That's going to help EDG in terms of getting what could potentially be their weaker side, if you read between the lines of what their coach is saying. off to a good start. Team Liquid went for a very fast-paced push, and I like the idea of it. Usually, the way that most teams play EDG's composition is with their Viper playing over towards Vents and their Raze playing in Male. And often at the beginning of the rounds, you can catch people off guard by playing these fast hits. Now, take a look at how EDG are playing it. Do you see anyone in the middle of the map right now? Not really. It's only Smoggy that's over there in a passive B heaven position.
Using their own wall here, taking control of the ramp. Kang eager to take the fight, but they've handed over a Bulldog to Safe. Not the man you want to be giving away any advantages. But they are picking apart the Team Liquid players. Damage, spam down to 4 HP. We'll see if Safe can make anything else of this, but in theory, all the advantages here for EDG, they should be sailing away with it because exactly where they are. Yeah, the setups are quite interesting. I mean,
Last player standing.
what's interesting about this one is the Viper wall just cuts across into heaven, into the main choke point, into A, like you said, Josh. Normally Viper players going to be playing them in mid, deep walls down, maybe an orb as well.
Yep.
Rotation of the smokes.
I mean, this is also a very standard Viper wall that people use, but I think so far, EDG not really committing the same level of pressure towards mid. It's the orb, really, isn't it, Bren? The people are prioritizing in that spot, along with an Astra Star towards mid. And again, you know, it does not look like the same standard setups. You're expecting most teams to run their Sky and their Jet over towards A. Kind of copying Loud's default defense side. This is a triple stack up in B heaven with a Bucky and a Bulldog. It doesn't get more different than this.
Yeah.
And they're having Shishu hard anchor A. So they're just happy to give Liquid, in theory, the middle of the map. Now, in this setup, they have a bit of a trap running.
Smokes propped up. Flash didn't see anything. Nobody was playing down. Oh, he's missed the timing. Safe thought it was clear. And it's transferred. 2 found, 40 HP, gets out of his life. Didn't quite get the weapon, but he's already done enough, surely.
That's where you're missing a piece of clearing utility from Team Liquid in their composition. They don't have a boombot over there. They didn't use the Trailblazer. Safe thought it was clear. Alas, mistaken. I want to see Smoggy's Bucky get some value in this spot.
I mean, doesn't have his dash anymore.
But EDG primed to win this bonus, and this will get them started on such a tear in the second half.
That'd be fantastic for him. And likely now, especially with that one, Redgar falling, left up just the 2 players, Nats and Yampi, into mid. A bit of exploration here with 30 seconds left. But at this point, you really do just have to consider, you know, saving these guns into the next. Posted up into positions just in case somebody does give them a free kill, gives them the chance to pivot and make it maybe a play for the round, but overall very safe.
So we've seen 2 major rounds in the half so far. The pistol, where Safe went fast up mid trying to catch a player in that area. No one to be seen. And now we've seen this round where Team Liquid again were trying to get a feel on where people are playing in mid and missed the fact that nobody's just kind of walked through vents in a very unorthodox manner. Take a look at this on the replay. You don't expect the Sky to just be kind of wandering out.
He's picked a perfect timing.
He
Off
has.
the flash, you know, didn't register. He was below on the ropes, pops himself up.
Still a risk, though, to go for a timing like that, and I think one that clearly Safe wasn't expecting.
No.
Adjusting to how EDG are playing the defense side, it might take Liquid a while. They need to catch on fast because EDG racking up the rounds.
Yeah, before you know it. Slow orb. Landing back here. Dog to lead it in. Safe as well right behind it. Smoke to cross it up. That's a nade. That's landed just behind him. He gets ahead of it, so dropped down to 50 health. Still the angle watched, but Kang has to be aware that there could have been a cross in that time. Okay. Yeah, not eager to give them an inch, is he? Smoke's going to be fading in a bit. Lovely flash as well. Gives Kang knowledge, at least that there are players there, so he's going to be aware they could be on either side.
There.
Fully grouped up by Liquid, though. They need an opening and they need a kill. There's a dash. Safe forwards.
There.
Not revealing himself. Doesn't want to try and take any blind firing shots as well. Wall straight through. Does rip away two of them. Hands over the rifle.
No chance to pivot here, and you've got to go into the area that the Viper's hard anchoring. Here's where the Viper orb is, you know, compared to the normal position in mid. And it allows nobody to kind of play inside of it. A cheeky little spot.
Pop flashed on. Can't play anti. Spamming it down. It's handed Yampy. An easy one. They get the rifle as well. They can. Here we go. Dropping down from Redgar. Not supportive of anybody else. There's 20 seconds left. This is an awkward one. Safe. He's still active. 100 health to him. Brings down Chichu, who's brought it to a 2 versus 2. This is a critical one for Liquid to win. Otherwise, really, you're looking at it just diving out of there. Control! What movement from Safe! He's out of there. The dash was back online, and he's already reconvened with his teammate.
He dropped Yampy the rifle in the air.
I mean, that's just insane. But the gun advantage going his way. Spotted him out. Bullet through the wall will do it. Left it to a 1 versus 1. So the classic out. Yampy's not even low enough for this. Still going for it. 6 bullets. Smoke available though. A tap. Trying to force the fight. Round to the back, Yampy. You knew exactly what was happening. But what a round by Safe. The level that he was operating at there, in terms of his decision making.
That's incredible.
The man's overclocked his brain.
It's absolutely incredible. See if we catch it in the replay here. So Yampy has a nice little spot through to catch nobody. Safe wins a 1v1.
And this here gets the kill, gets the stash immediately. Has the presence of mind, and we missed it at the end of the replay, but
he dashed away, updrafted to get around the corner, and dropped his rifle so that Yampy could pick it up. That is ludicrous. That is Aspas level movement with an awareness that I haven't seen from many players.
It doesn't get met.
That's insanity. So into this round.
And he's gifted his team a lifeline. I'm going to be real. I mean, what really was teed up? I mean, Kangan with the op on the raise, never quite ideal, but still alive for now. Hitting a few bullets, down to 70 health. It's going to make it hard for him to continue to get value, though. Beam.
Soulcast has walled off vents, by the way. They're kind of hard committed to this B split, despite the fact they're going at it very slowly. They would have to wait such a long time for their own wall to break if they wanted to pivot.
Nobody close to the corner. Disengage, the maiden touch with the dash. Another deep smoke, nade, pull. It's all mistimed ever so slightly here. A lot of damage done. Safe with the movement. There's a heal online. Smoky! It's just absolutely crossing him off his list. Just ridiculous. Putting on an absolute show. Precision at work. Nats has got so much more to do now. Left in that 1v4.
30 seconds left.
You'd have to get gifted a few kills at the beginning, I think, to even make this doable. Spikes in the middle of nowhere. 20 seconds, you got to save.
There's just no chance. There's no chance whatsoever. And I feel for Nats because he keeps getting left in these kind of situations. But man, what a round by Smoggy. He's going to pick up the op towards the end and save it. I don't know whether give it back to Kankan. I mean, Smoggy's Vandal one-tap first bullet accuracy aim was sublime there. And I feel like occasionally a different player on EDG is going to give you a round like that every now and then. It's not always Kankan, it's not always Smoggy.
It was right around here. I was getting ready to big up Team Liquid and how important it was that they won that previous round, and then suddenly...
Bye-bye.
Yeah, Smoggy pulls out something like this.
Team Liquid actually look really shaky on their attack side currently. Their defense side loved the ideas that they had, but there were some big mistakes that ended it with a 6-6 half. Here, they just kind of look a bit lost. They're blocking themselves off from going for rotates. They've taken A heaven control and then blocked off vents a few times. Didn't like the wall in that round either, because it stops them from threatening to pivot back into A.
What the hell is that landing? Top section of mid. Here with the knives, a flash. That's a bit of coordination.
It looks off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe this is because Liquid haven't played in a while, but it's looking a bit dodgy.
Paranoia clears. There really is no sound cues. I mean, Safe's still walking up on the angle, but guess what? Receives the target.
And his individual level has been anything but. He's been immaculate today.
You can hand this gun back as well if they do want to give the operator. Going to sit himself in a 4 position, though. This is very much on-the-fly calling by Team Liquid right now. It's a pivot. Omen ult. Redgar's going to be TPing over towards A. It looks like that's where they want to take it, and they leave Safe in this forward advanced position to see if he can catch these timings, and he does just that. This man absolutely ripping off heads. The rest of his team is going to be methodical now, the way they pick apart this site. Left up to Chichu to Anchor, smoke, drop down. Surely doesn't take the time. He can hear them dropping, walking, jumping around the corner with the shorty. Still watched on Heaven. Almost there. Well, the swing's a little bit delayed, but maybe he has done enough damage still. It's all up to Howdong.
Yeah, another player left in a 1vx to try and steal a round away. And another spot where you really should just be saving the operator. So apart from a really strange team flash in male, the actual macro idea again is good from Liquid. They insert safe very deep into B Heaven, and then they use Redgar's Omen ult to clear out ramp, which allows the players coming out of vents a free entry into A Heaven. And that's normally a difficult position to push because it's a straight up 50-50, you don't know really which way to look. But Redgar helps him in that spot with his ultimate. Team Liquid have got good ideas. Their like game plan and macro ideas are good. It's just sometimes they get a bit wobbly in the execution. Eight to 10 the score. The more rounds that Liquid can come up with where Safe is just put in a position to entry for them, I think the more success they'll have. He's got a hot hand today. I would lean into it.
Yeah. Form is reaching new heights, really, as well. Some of the stuff he was pulling off, but yeah, this one continues. Team Liquid would love a chance to close this one out in 2-0 for their first match here of the playoffs in the top 8. Nice, easy path that they can take even deeper into the tournament.
This is different here.
This is different.
So, aggressive orb usage.
I mean, heavy group up here. Just try and set up Kankang, and is it going to be off his contact? He's going to take a shot back away, use the orb as well to
the orb is
follow-up?
Well, I think the orb is going to be used to set him back up on the angle so it can go up and down as Shishu wills it, as Kankang
He's just taking the fight to him! And that's so far back. I mean, he has the unfortunate reality as well of meeting that op scope.
Yeah. Okay, so he doesn't decide to play that situation aggressively. He's worried about it. Rez comes through as well. Everybody on Liquid grouped up around A here. So they still have this orb not being used.
Yeah, another paranoia for Remain. Flash again, dodged out. Does not hit the shot though. Dash forwards, cuts it through, TPing! Right up into the center. Redgar, where is he? He's in heaven. 8 health though. Taking a ton of damage, and well, the tail end as well just gets spotted. Going in and out of these smokes. It's up to Nats once more. This man is just constantly being put in these positions to try and clutch it up in a 1v4.
It's just unwinnable spots, isn't it? No wonder Nats is at a press conference saying Cypher's boring. When he's just stuck in these situations so often. If his team isn't succeeding, his job as the lurker is to give Redgar alternate options in the round, right? So if Liquid try and go for an A hit, but they keep a few players alive, it doesn't quite work, they can return back to mid because they know Nats is there and Nats has got it safe. Yeah. But when the rest of Liquid go for an all-out piece, we just end up watching Nat's playing his own 1v4, 1v5 every round.
This map in particular, I would love somebody to count up the seconds of like kind of time when nobody's doing anything. I just count it up because for some reason it just feels like either the beginning of the attack side defaults have been really slow, and it was over gaming, and it feels like Team Liquid are saving like every other round.
Well, at least one player's saving. In terms of their economy, actually, that was a little disastrous for them, right? Because 4 players still die. Kankang, though, what a round from him. He finds that opening op pick, which ends up getting rezzed, but still, it forces all of Team Liquid to group up in that area, and his combination with the pull and the wall going up and that showstopper completely shuts down what Liquid were going for. Still a back and forth game. And you know, EDG said that their attack side was the dangerous one, but they only know that from playing scrims. I feel like I gotta reiterate it. The last time they played this map was like 3 months ago, and with a totally different comp. They've presumably playing this, you know, quite a lot in scrims. Maybe that's one of the reasons why the other Chinese teams didn't want to play split against them. But in terms of match experience, they have none, zip, nada. So it's actually been the defense side where they're getting more value, and part of the reason is Kankang's been able to generate that economy advantage and get his operator online. Something that he just couldn't do very much on Haven. Team Liquid were finding ways of navigating around the op. Here, they're struggling a bit more to do that.
Even though he's on the raise as well, I mean, it's still getting away with it. This match as well, we've kind of briefly touched on it towards the beginning, but really is an important test for a team like Liquid. EMEA's first seed. It's weird to talk about them being tested, but you know, I think a lot of people want to see some level of really consistent highs, you know, to show that this is a team that is serious about taking titles. It can make deep runs like that.
Absolutely. This is one of the rare rounds that EDG are fighting for mid. Just 4 in mid.
Gonna be meeting them, aren't they? Safe. Here's the util. He's fully blinded up. And Chichu's there to cover.
Half a second between having the god timing double spray down and getting caught with a flash in his face. And it just all goes wrong for him.
The entire round just hinging on a coin flip, seemingly, of whether or not you take that right timing. And it has just brought everything all over the place. I mean, Yampi has the spike and he's making a play like this, by the way.
Yeah.
Looking up the stairs. If he died, he would have dropped the spike down.
Another lurk kill over towards A-Ramp.
There's one for Nats as he falls. B main. Redgar spotted out. With the dog. That's what one of them is. Redgar finds his one. By taking here, lovely swing together. They actually do play that quite nicely.
And they've taken a 2v4 into a 2v2.
And now suddenly this is so much more winnable.
Nobody's got 2 HP.
Flash over the top, that was a push through into CT. It's Kankang who wants to take the fight. Yampi forced down to a one-on-one. It's Redgar versus Kankang. Still a nade, still a boombot, plenty of tools. 8 bullets left for Redgar. Tap onto the spikes, not planning for him. He has to swing this to get the information. It means he just was not favored.
It's a close one, closer perhaps than it should have been, as EDG almost let a 4v2 slip through their fingers. But that's them getting up to map point. 12 on the board for EDG. Team Liquid can't get a read on how this defense is being played. Because I actually really love the way that EDG are throwing in some differences. We criticize them quite a bit for not throwing in different pace on their attack side, but on defense, they've left mid open almost every round, hard anchoring on A with their Viper, Shishu, and then that round they just decide randomly to have 4 in mid. And that makes it extraordinarily difficult to tell what they're doing when they run such vastly different defensive setups.
Is this going to be the finisher for map number 2? Viper's pick, blocks off an avenue, a deep dash though, saved, not wasting time, Smoggy meets him. The jet diff in action. Dash active. Doesn't need to use it though. There's not going to be anybody else following that one up.
And Safe's been their savior, but he falls first. Who else on Team Liquid has got what it takes to dig them out of this hole and avoid Lotus?
It's going to have to take such a massive step up. But it's looking prime for the taking. And a re-clearance. Calls made! Howdong wasn't even set up with util. He just takes the fight. And the spacing's not there. Beam down, 2 players falling just like that. Left up to Nats and Yampi once more. 2 players left alone in this scenario. It'd have to be a 2 versus 5 to extend the play here. A bit of spam through the wall, catching the ankle of Smoggy, but he's still alive, still healthy, watching for it. They know where Nats is. Here's the Seekers, here's the knives, why not?
And of course it ends like this. Nats in an unwinnable 1v5. Because of course it does. It feels like every round on the attack side came down to a situation like this. And the rest of Liquid can only watch in silence, realizing that they've let this one completely slip away.
27 seconds. Re-clearance into B main, positions are being held. They give a lot of space towards mid here, but
they've all split up.
Yeah,
They're offering him
all
to
split up.
But EDG, again, quietly confident in these kind of spots. They just have to be.
There's the ult tap on the spike, forcing the fight out. Maybe getting baited out himself there. Has to try and go for the plan, but well, not good enough. Shut down EDG. They find there. They are very limited to their utility. They're locked down. They can't take as much freedom.
I agree with you. I've been watching some Paper X, and I like the way that Forsaken plays the Cypher on that map. At least I believe it's Forsaken. They change around everything so often. But we'll have to watch, because Shishu's got 1 cage here that he needs to use for map control at some point, whether that be mid-round or late round. EDG are just going to pressure towards B to start with, back things up, and they've kind of got double lurks here. The Jet's a lurk with Cloudburst to be able to cross. The Cypher's going to potentially be a lurk with cages to cross. This is how they're going to mitigate the lack of the Viper walls, is by having the Cloudburst and the cages to do something somewhat similar. So it looks like they're going to cage in that position that they've just pinged, yeah. Cuts off info.
And a swarm snakebite towards the back. The util expended. 50 seconds remaining.
They've dragged Team Liquid over towards C and B. Kankang potentially could start to make some more moves on this side of the map.
Door starting to open. Kang, how do you want to play this?
They've got the duelists so far away from each other. Absolute opposite sides of the map.
Still with the
30
dash,
seconds left.
looking in. There's 30 seconds left in this round. He hears the footsteps, and there we go. Strikes back, dash to disengage with the rest of his team now pushing forwards. They have the A site in theory, and they've still got that backstab of Smoggy, but Smoggy does need to get a move on. There's a flood attempt in here. Nade a little bit too deep. Fight taken. Nobody actually pushes forwards to avoid this. Dropping down. Here's the fire. Shots rattle off with the ghost. It's safe who wins this one, and still cleared up top.
Smoggy, mate.
Yeah, got to get a jog on, but he's making all sorts of noise. No, not spotted. Still waiting it out. It's up to his team to try and hold on, and Haodong wins the first line of it. Still, Sokas claiming that one kill. Is grouped up now, finally rejoined with Smoggy, going down just from the peppering of the bullets. The pistols doing so much work here, sticking onto the defuse. Sokas, happy as anything. So the pistol round for Team Liquid. A little bit all over the place once more, but par for the course.
Well, I really like the way that EDG played that in terms of, you know, they're actually fighting early round for map control. They instantly took a portion of the map, which is something that's been very much lacking on their defaults for the first couple on Haven and Split. Unfortunately, I think their big mistake was just leaving Smoggy way too far away from the play, because Team Liquid went for a faster retake, and he had no impact. I mean, he just came back in and took a ghost shot and died. Liquid, though, were left scrambling in the mid-round as to where EDG were going, and I think those lurks could find them some decent value. It's something definitely that Team Liquid are going to have to adapt to. A lot of these agents, a lot of these players on EDG are going to be empowered to play quite individually and find their own timings.
Careful.
But what they can't afford are these incredibly slow rounds where they just sit passive. Lotus almost forces you to take map control on the attack, though.
Yeah. Orbs just being vacuumed up. First one gone in mid. Sight set on this one here with the wall up. Hello. Bit of a breather in the moment.
So who are they giving the orbs to?
Looks like nobody, so...
Somebody must have.
Okay, you just... I can't with this guy.
Well,
can't with this guy. He's gritted.
No.
Look over, he's just smiling at himself.
No, nobody gets another on board. And Kankang's gone for the same kind of push he went again up through stairs. How's he winning a duel against Safe with the classic?
Well, still Chuchu and Kang. Left to try and do it. 30 seconds though, they are just being picked to pieces.
Okay. Team Liquid look like they want to be fast around the map, similar to their split defense, where they were very happy to just stack players based on information that EDG are giving them. Kang is going to pull out the operator instantly in round 3.
Oh my god. I mean...
Saving for it.
Yeah. Well, all the money expended.
And EDG, they've been liking to play these slow rounds, so I think that makes some level of sense. It's going to kind of stop him from being as quick on his A lurks, though. Then again, I think
value he gets, though.
I think he's conditioned Liquid to be aware of those fast lurks already. First couple of rounds, he's been pushing stairs every time, both times.
Sokas was jiggling the corner with the Haunt. Lay it down. He's automatically backing away. It's a deep play towards B main. They've completely given up A.
Yeah. This is pretty standard, though, for Team Liquid. They're going to have Soulcast. Soulcast is given a lot of responsibility on this defense. His job is to try and gather information over towards A and then call for the rotates. Team Liquid like to play retake A ton, but they've improved at this map dramatically since starting to pull out this composition. And here we go. Double push. This is how they gain map control that isn't just on the site.
They can get past his trips. They have a TP, but I think Redgar wants to use it just in case. Just holding for it. Pushed up. Behind the box. They got to hit his footsteps. Yeah, there it is. Safe strikes. Redgar returns with a fire, watching both angles. It's a great idea to throw in the mix. Right players left standing. Satchel close. Inside. That's going to be the boombot also triggering onto Nats here. Soulcast towards the back of the site. Does get his one.
He's done his job there, to be honest. A 4v2 should be winnable for Team Liquid. EDG don't know which areas of the map are safe. Could be players coming from the breakable door, could be flanking them from A long.
And how do you play this?
Someone's got to go huge.
Haodong Tucked close, hoping that somebody would just walk right into his sight line. Smoke cuts across. Time is going to start to tick here. To make sure that the flank is entirely cleared out. There's the boom bot. Satchel trying to take a good fight through the smoke now. This one's going to be fading. Satchel, double face. Howdong's there. Reactions. 3 in a round for him. 48 health. Running it down. Redgar. He's going to be feeling this time pressure, isn't he? But sticks it all the way to half. Does not win it out for his team. That is EDG. They salvage it. Pick up the pieces of whatever was left in that round, and they win it out with such a huge player disadvantage.
Incredible performance from Howdong. Where's he pulled that out from? The double up on the smoke was a great idea from both of these players. But for him to instantly flick up and get this kill at the top of ropes, the reaction onto Yampi is sublime and wins it for the team, really. Was it Safe that was baiting Howdong earlier? Threw out a little, how you doing, Howdong? I think he's doing all right now.
He's feeling good about that performance.
Nats has picked up an Odin. Team Liquid pressuring A early to get Redgar posted up on top of rubble, hoping EDG would react into a C hit where Nats can spam the spike plant. So many different angles where the Odin's good on this map. It's something that Fnatic have really driven home within EMEA. And you're seeing other teams copy it, like Liquid. Dealing with Redgar here, though, is EDG's game plan. They probably need the Trailblazer for this.
Get this one down. They have been clearing it with the dog, this time pushing up with Kankang. Has to use the dash. Paranoia. Well, that's just disrespect by Kankang.
Yeah. Redgar also bouncing around like Tiga, managing to land that shot.
It's a Prowler. Moves on the offside of it. Here's another Paranoia. Redgar stands his ground. Nade comes in a little bit later, forces him out wide into the angle here. Gunfire is raining down, yet still he brings down Howdong. That's actually quite nice from him. So, left up to it. Seekers left his way through. Satchel down, one of them chasing as well. A couple of the players here to B if they want to try and pivot into this. There's 3 players stacked up from Liquid. They should be ready to receive this. And there it is. Angles there from Yampi. On high from the heaven position. He's already taken care of the 2 players at the extremity. Chichu, just the Guardian. A little bit too much to overcome.
Yampi's barking into the mic at the end. You can see Soulcast chuckling about it too. It's Yampi that closes the round, but it's Redgar that does more than he's expected to. Team Liquid are expected to be able to contain this B pivot when it happens. They have 3 players there. Just so happens Yampi is the player, first line of defense that ends up collecting them all. But Redgar being able to kill Kankan and then...
Let's go! Shake, bake, and light!
I love having Liquid on the stage. Yeah, Redgar being able to get 2 from that position, though, is a game changer. He was doing it in the finals against Fnatic, too. On this map as well, which was, I believe, the only map in which Team Liquid ended up losing in that grand finals in the EMEA. And even that, a very close one.
Yeah. Positions push back. And it usually feels like the attackers as well should be quite favored. I mean, you wait out the early dump of utility at the beginning that Team Liquid used to get Redgar in that spot, in that position. But beyond that as well, he's alone. Quite easy. He is alone. Like, it should be in theory quite nice to, or quite easy to pick him off there. But the fact that he gets just 2 is insane. Just a little bit disjointed there from EDG. I mean, Kankan was taking a peek out of his smoke alone.
Absolutely. It was the Paranoia that broke them up, and while the rest of Edward Gaming decided to back off, Kankan went forwards. That can be the issue, let's say, with having a player that's that confident and aggressive. Now, talk about confidence. He's brought down to 200 here to get full armor because they know that they can play for the Blade Storm. So he's looking to try and get like a hero Blade Storm online this round.
Just needs an available orb.
Which, it's going to be this one.
Oh, is it? That's made out of paper. That skips it up though. He realized that it was being played for. Here's the knives. All the way into mid, gliding across. There's an alarm board. What is that?
Wow.
Dash forwards, right click to the face. Yampi, he's no more. He's handed over a rifle. There's a peak timing. Clean movement. Satchel pushing him back, setting it up. It's not a favorable fight for him, but they do back away evenly. Safe still alive though.
Seems like a good time for a Kankan round.
Yeah, why not? Pull one out when your team needs it. Still don't have control of heaven, as I was saying prior. Door's not broken though. Limits the amount of places that somebody could come from, so. That's really scared that somebody could have been pushed inside of this own smoke, and yeah, well, he's fearful of, man. Lurks on lurks with the timings.
Almost the exact same situation as the first Thrifty round that they won on Haven so long ago in map 1. Setting Kankan up with a Blade Storm, he dives in deep, dashes onto somebody, and wins the round by finding a timing that his opponents are just not expecting. Dumpy's crosshair placement there is never set up.
One enemy remaining.
Nasty round. Need chances like that to try and bring it even. Only trailing to 1 round, but we are in map 3. We've gone the distance here. In one of our opening matches of the playoffs, top 8.
Blinded.
There is a lot on the line. EDG, imagine how good they feel. I mean, they've achieved their goals prior. First win for China, make the playoffs as well, but imagine a win over EMEA's first. Kankan. Feeling empowered, feeling fired up. Whoa, okay.
He's completely alone here, just taking duels.
It's an aim labs routine. It's an aim labs routine. Here's a lesson on how to clear your corners. Holding close, but not messing around. All the way straight back into the side as well. Cypher all is for him. Give him the ace. Why not? It was a half-by round, and there you go. Okay, stand up, take a bow. Applaud yourself. The people love you.
I mean, if there's a sign that Kankan's feeling confident and EDG feel like they have a chance to win this, that was it. It's not going to go in his all-time greatest ace collection, but that's okay because he's going to get more deeper in the tournament, it feels. Easy to shrug that one off, though, for Liquid. And they're happy to engage in a bit of the showmanship element.
I love it.
So here's Shishu picking up an Odin of his own as Team Liquid try and fight for rubble control. They've got Redgar in a somewhat similar position, but not boosted on the high ground. What is Shishu's plan to get value out of this Odin? Usually you would see people spamming it from A lobby at the start of the round to stop Liquid from getting over there.
I think it might be counter spam.
This one looks like it's counter spam into the pit, I think. They're expecting Nats to pit C-main.
Nats is low. Oh, he's really low. Just trying to vacate. He's got help from the rest of his team here still. It's there. Kankan lets out the knives. Boombot, right click. It's all over the place, man. Everything's being used, and he is hiding.
Nats is in this
Stationary inside the orb, but EDG are running over these players. No one can anchor it. Damage being done still, so Cass almost hitting the spray down. Crosshair placement just slightly off. Can't claim the other kill. It's up to Redgar.
And it's a split situation again. I don't think Redgar's got any chance of being able to win this, and he should be saving, I think. A hero rifle in the next round would be very important for Team Liquid to keep online. He might go for it anyway, because it looks like he's heading over here, but I just don't think it's the right move. There's no real reason to even try suppressing the EDG economy, because it's booming.
Bro, they got almost like 8K, 7K each.
Yeah.
It's insane. The
it's
money
done.
is rolling.
And that's off the back of the Thrifty that Kankan wins. It just flips that economic momentum drastically. Take a look at this, though. You can see how aware they are of the different plays that Team Liquid can go for. I thought Nats was going to be the playmaker in this round. I love the way that he plays Viper on this map. He throws his orb in an unconventional spot. Haven't seen too many teams running it. It's right on that default kind of corner plant position. And it's such a great spot. You can sometimes try and play inside of it. You can use it to block sightlines to get out. You can actually play somebody in from Waterfall to backstab a C hit. And of course, Nats with his ult, again, might have been a game changer there, but perhaps just getting a little overwhelmed. Certainly that was a more explosive site exec than we've seen from EDG in a long time.
Yeah. It's a good time to change that pace. Because we've had 2 maps as well that at points, I think it'd just be putting people to sleep. Which is bizarre to say with the caliber of teams that we've got, but here we go. In the beginning, we're getting a half by here for Team Liquid. The money is not exactly good. It's Redgar's held onto the rifle as well that was saved. He's pushed up towards Mound.
I would have liked to see him drop that over to Safe, but I do suppose that Safe has a showstopper. So you've got threats on either side of the map potentially here.
TP across. Main just being cleared out.
Makes sense that EDG would want to play this round slowly. You're anticipating some kind of trap or aggression from Liquid. It's their only real way of being able to win this round.
It's interesting that they've handed over the spike to nobody. Yeah, I thought Howdon was going to be holding on to it. I'm just going to TP for a bit of a pivot, but
I think a great game plan in this round would be for nobody to just rip the Seekers at about 45 seconds and follow wherever the Seekers don't go, right? That way you avoid the stack. Rip it in a spot, break the breakable door.
here we go. 40
And
seconds.
head to B.
Doors open. Yeah, which direction do you choose to go into? Straight up close. Here's a lockdown. That's going to be used to try and, again, put a stop to
30
the
seconds
tomfoolery. It will clear out a lot of the B side. They're sticking the plant.
Yeah, and still get out, because nobody was that quick.
Yeah, not going to be detained here, but flooding right back in. It's Team Liquid as well. This flank that's occurring here, sticking it down, dashing forwards! They're defusing! It's just being stuck. There's nothing to stop it. It's all over the place, Josh.
What is this
It's
round?
chaos.
The diffuse stuck all throughout the middle of that. The pit goes up as well. And just, what am I watching?
I need like 0.25 on the final moments of there, please.
So let's break that down a little bit. Yampi uses lockdown, which allows the whole of Liquid to get into B, and they instantly get onto the diffuse. You're looking at EDG like, okay, who has the post-plant utility? But there's no nanoswarms here. The nade has already been used from Smoggy, so they just need to spam it. And the spam wasn't coming through from B main. There's a pit in their face.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Liquid steal it away.
it's like a VALORANT trailer. It's just, there's so much going on at once. Ult's ripped off, whatever. 4-4. What a time to do it. Gotta be feeling good about that one if you are Liquid. So, see how this one plays out once more. The Orb is a bit of a nuisance here. Kang hoping to take the op angle. Will he be granted any sort of kill? Yes, indeed. Jiggler movement just from Redguard there. And give Kang those opportunities, those chances, because he will take them. Cage missed there a little bit by Chichu.
Here.
Too deep there, Kang. He's gone. That was from range with the Phantom. Evened it up.
Puts a bit of a twist in the round. Smoggy's double blast pack showstopper should be able to clear so much space on this map. Nats is just holding the snakebite to stop it from getting too much value, but Smoggy doesn't even touch it.
Yeah, pathing towards it. They don't actually have a smoke towards the back of the site. Finally, it does go up. It's a little bit deep, though.
I like it from Smoggy. He holds onto that ult as long as possible to let Haldon get the plant down.
It's him playing again. Still 4 versus 4. It's planted for mound control.
And yet,
No one playing
everybody on
mound.
site.
Yeah, they want to play on the site. Okay, it's going to come down to the gun duels. Wider face, wider swing by Safe. He's traded, brought down, but they've already swarmed onto the site here. It's Liquid. To win out these gunfights, his gun duels. A flash repeat right through the cage. You just don't anticipate it.
Huge play. It's nobody that gets that trade kill onto Safe too. And then the flash just dismantles Team Liquid's excellent structured retake.
Watching that play out, it just feels so good for Team Liquid.
It definitely.
All together, flooding in, making sure that they hold the crossfires, winning the duels out. The trades are instantaneous, but
Nobody had one shot at that.
yeah. Goes for the pop flash play for your own cage.
This has knocked Team Liquid down onto an eco again. What a situation that EDG find themselves in.
Heavy presence. There's 3 players of Liquid playing close here. Only the Haunt that wasn't dealt with, so Redguard is going to play the forward angle here with a Bulldog.
Team Liquid have anticipated this pivot over towards C. Safe Soulcast there to meet them. Soulcast has no utility and only a Sheriff. So no opportunity for C's nade combos or anything like that that could apply pressure.
Bit of clearance now towards B. Yampi would love somebody to just walk through the choke point. A bit of a lurk going, but instead, no, it's going over towards C. Or is it?
EDG do not like what they just saw.
Yeah.
That was too much defensive utility being thrown.
Almost instantly, right into Yampi, all according to plan, or is it still? Yeah, well, spotted out. Here's Soulcast though, Sheriff. Make anything else off this one, just the 1 kill, but Kang brought down is a good one. Here's an ult being used, Nightfall scattered through, a fight to be taken, flooding all the way in, grouped up entirely, Satchel over the top, Chichu spamming. It's an ult drop down as well, Haldong repositions back towards main. So the post-plan positioning is quite nice.
There.
Soulcast may be regretting using his ultimate there because this now doesn't really feel winnable. They needed to bank on following that fatal instantly.
Remaining.
There's Smoggy with the cleanup. And, I mean, okay.
Last
Chichu,
one alive.
yeah, he just pushes right through the wall as well to take the fight to him. So 6-4.
Excellent half so far by EDG, and they have the potential to make it even more powerful. Their slow game style is working perfectly for them here on Lotus. It is, by nature, a slightly slower map. You have to respect the defenders at the start, but then you're offered a lot of map control. And it just seems to suit Haodong very well. It's an unorthodox composition. Of course, if you only watch Masters Tokyo, you haven't seen Paper X pull it out just yet. And maybe they wouldn't with something not being here. But EDG is showing you how the double duelist can work. Liquid struggling to hold on, just being unfamiliar with their opponent in map 2, map 3 seems to really be an issue for them.
It's very brave by Safe. Really just trusting in the satchels to push them back, but of course he's going to be going down there. Fight taken, Sokas, it's up to him to hold back this onslaught. Does well to just get the 2 and get out of his life as well, so. EDG, slow it down once more, reaching the minute point. 2 rounds left in this half, but see what they can get done here. Body for the ult.
Yeah, but the ult's not actually going to be great for them at this point because they've got no opportunities to pivot particularly.
Oh, here we go. Gives Haodong some info. Where could Yampy be? Bit of a bait and switch there. Horn into the back broken. You notice somebody's into tree and Sokas is there. It's a wide swing double phase. They were trying to punish this up angle.
It didn't get anything.
Yeah, it didn't get anything at all. There was no kill traded. In fact, a bit of fear just creeping into it. It's now a 2 versus 2. Spike not picked up. 25 seconds. Haodong. He knows that one player is at least towards main. Has the smoke replenished, but he doesn't wait for it to blossom. Yampy takes a fight just before then.
But this is the #1 seed from EMEA fighting for survival right now in the match. Still in the upper bracket, of course. So not a disaster for them. But right now, EDG are pushing them. This is not like map 1, where it was a 13-9, but okay, Liquid felt like they were mostly in control. There was just some big hero plays, Thrifties coming out. Team Liquid have really got their hands full dealing with what EDG are throwing at them currently.
Here.
Is there really a chance that this Cinderella run is going to continue?
Yeah, another one in this tournament.
Another one today.
We've already got EG beating Loud. Can you have 2 princesses in the castle? I don't know. I mean, it's...
I think the rest of the squad will be looking at them as 2 ugly sisters.
Right, yeah.
Especially for Liquid and Loud.
Shadows traveling. Op online. Red card with the op. Kuku was mentioning it. Will we see it in play? Well, we do for the final round of the defensive half.
Get out of my way.
He will have his hands full though if he tries to take that duel against Kang. Knives brought up, bit of extra firepower.
I've got to say, I don't quite understand the theory behind the Redgar Rob, but it was doing work for them in some of their previous games. This time, though, just being completely avoided.
I've got your trail.
Seeing as used. Dash is here for Kang. Forwards and with the right click. Yampy. Again, he meets his match, but it's an instantaneous workaround. Let's go on the beat. Killjoy's down. No more util to stop us. We have the site.
Spike planted.
And Kakako's pushing already, aggressive.
This
Dynamic
is
post plant
insane.
here.
This is insane. He's doubled up. Both the duelist players just playing up close here towards heaven. Crouch peek, but you just give him a glimpse, a glimmer, the slightest of angles. Redgar does answer back, but nobody. He's just launching himself right into the smoke, jumping forwards. Redgar making plays, wider swing, wider face. It's all down to him, and he gets spammed. And so 75, that's where we find ourselves, Josh. I mean, what was map 1? 6-6. Map 2 was 6-6, I believe, when we reached this point. I mean, this is EDG with an edge, with an advantage against EMEA's #1 seed.
And so many of these rounds are Kang working things like this.
That's beautiful.
Nobody popped the Seekers from so far away that Yampy does not expect the duelist to be pushed up like this. Kang woke up map 2 and he's kept it going.
Coach cams, and you know, Emil's all smiles as well coming into this. Despite the 2-round deficit that's currently leading, it is worth pointing out, Lotus does trend attack sided, so I think Liquid are feeling confident that they can rally back.
Yeah, with a pistol under their belt, anything is possible. Team Liquid themselves trend attack-sided on this map too. It's not just about Lotus.
Prowler's good for that. Make sure to take out some of these strips in the fight. Taken towards the back, nobody. Not shying away.
Get safe
To the
rolling.
corner. Nate's doing a bit of damage, but that is a weird way to peek that. Soulcast all the way through. This way, that way. Safe is here. All the way in the air with the right clicks. Kankan brings down Safe. The dash is there still. They've completely given up an idea of a post-plant setup as well. Nobody's really playing this one. Gliding past with the frenzy. Just spamming away. Util has been pulled out, but everybody's playing through main as a reflank attempt as well. Redgar is in that connector. Pushing forwards. Ships in the knife through these smokes. Redgar is spotted out, and Howdong's left to just 47 health. The paranoia makes his life a misery. How do you play this? No chance in hell. Not with that crossfire setup that they had. So Liquid getting the pistol, Josh. It's an important one, and it could set them on a bit of a lead.
The desk were asking Safe to step up, and on the attack side, that's really where I feel like, actually, both sides of Haven, he was spectacular, but being able to entry in the previous two matches that we've seen, Safe looks excellent. He does it here. He delivers them two really crucial kills that open the doorway for Team Liquid. And EDG couldn't particularly respond. You've got to imagine that EDG are going to be picking up the operator pretty heavily onto Kankan on defense. Smoggy's going to be the one rotating around. Kankan thought about picking up a Sheriff in this round, but he goes for the Shorty instead. Just keep an eye on that guy's economy, because it's going to indicate when things might start to get slightly more difficult for Liquid. This round should be a little bit of a gimme.
EDG just trying to spot out as well where the hit might land. See if they can over-rotate. Stop it in its tracks. They are currently stacked up over towards C.
A little tap of the spike there from Redgar, seeing if there was a trap play ready to pop. It's very common that teams run those.
Cover going out.
I'm talking about this round being a bit of a gimme. Obviously, it may not be. We've seen EDG come out with some ridiculous stuff. I think a lot of the EMEA fans may have been considering this game to be a bit of a gimme as well, and it has been anything but. I mean, since about, you know, that second half of Split, tendrils of doubt, perhaps.
Oh yeah, for
Grabbing
sure.
hold.
I mean,
Bring them down.
like I said, a lot of the common narratives swirling around Liquid that they still have something to prove, which is bizarre, considering they're the #1 seed coming out of EMEA.
30
But
seconds left.
But I think I would agree with it too. It's not like they were the dominant team throughout the regular season. And I'm still not sure what to think about them watching this game.
yeah,
I'm loving some of the stuff that they do, but we've seen some weird moments too. We may not have our answer even at the end of this match. But they're dealing with the threats here.
like you said, should be a clean one.
Remaining.
Easy win. Smoggy, he's too low here. He'd love to go down to the spike, but yeah, okay. He's given a kill. I mean, he takes out Soulcast.
He'll take that one.
Interesting. All right, 7-7, evened up, and as we said, the map does trend attack-sided. Team Liquid with this double controller comp as well. The trouble for EDG, what they're going to be running into, is if they do try and get, you know, an op online on the defensive side, if they want to try and lean into that for Kang Kang, the double controller they've got is very good at trying to deal with that. I mean, you cut off the angles in many, many ways.
And also, Soulcast is going to be using his haunt into positions that are very high up and far away from the normal cross placement of an operator player. So unless you're having somebody break those haunt you constantly, it's going to be tough. Second kind of flow to this round, we get Howdong boosted up top of Bubble. This causes Team Liquid to more actively go and take some mount control. A little quicker with them control we saw from EDG,
Here.
but a similar threat to deal with if they go back into A.
So recurrence in the mid as well. I think there might be some danger for Yamp. Well, this also starts to come through because Dog chasing away. Smoggy lingers himself up. The actual no easy fight, no clean fight. Yamp.
Excellent entry, and that's how you want to take in fights sometimes on Raze. Now it looks like they're heading back into Howdong.
Here we go.
I thought they just ended up committing D-Dead, Prowler, Soga getting retripped.
There was Horn.
That's a lineup for Ripple.
Yeah, one will land. They also have a Horn that's quite nice. There are a lot of the Prowler. Drop down. He's going to start to make it feel like there's a lot of presence toward
A
A.
goal by Redgar.
Yeah.
The fake re-clear of Howdong set them back up, pop into C. Now it's not like they were trying to get rid of Nana Swarms. Killjoy not on the other side. Don't have to worry about snake bites. Theory C should be easy unless there's a stack, and Redgar's call completely mitigates it. Beautiful round from Redgar, and potentially safe for the others. 10 to all those round.
Moves that so nicely. Coverage is as well to the spots. Nobody's staring at the boom, trying to deal with as the smoke fades away.
That is beautiful.
It's all together. It's a bonus round. Liquid, more than happy with it.
We may well look back at this match impact and think this has been the round turned into Liquid. Because this is going to rip the economy so heavy in Team Liquid's favor and set themselves up from being down 5-7 at half, being the team control. Well in control.
Yeah. Really nice call, the macro play this round, but if Smog can get out with rifles, Safe is holding and watching, not a chance. In fact, Rega will be able to find us out up for the lead gain to Team Liquid. Just one, but
not only when you need to complain, in the very rare instances where you need to complain on Lotus, I'm giving back to Paper Sports. I've watched them play in Pacific. They use very nerdy kill grip setup, where there isn't too much on the other teams usually to deal with it. The way that Team Liquid, the way that Fnatic, the way the top teams in EMEA tend to play this is with the Prowlers. And Prowlers are so good at clearing the strips. So that's going to put a huge amount of pressure on Chi, unless they stack this over there. They're going to need info very early on in order to do that effectively. There's no Snake Bites, no Nash Swarms, no way the teams are normally to use keep people out. Perhaps putting an operator over on that line is going to be helpful. Seems like a good solve.
yeah, it could be.
Again, if you're going to opt down towards C, you need to be able to brace all his horse. He's got 3 or 4 different positions they can throw. A couple sticking to walls that are really annoying. One on top of the boss.
Here we go now. Potentially a plate forward towards the choke point. Seeing a paranoia that could be sent flying. Intended to actually catch a player who's satching. It does. On to safe. He was blinded up. Don't know where this player currently operating. And Anas went the bag. Smog disrespecting it. The reset here. No, but with the aim, Smog drops right in time for Dave to take clean fight.
Meanwhile, Redgar up in spawn. And Redgar's in one spawn, Kang in the other. Chaos, anarchy in the round.
Insane, and it's watched for by Zolkas, of course. Redgar goes for it. Jumps around safe. Shuts him down.
Urakin set to step up. Look what he's delivered for them so far in this half. Exactly when the team needs it. He's just muscling his way through.
The pressure responsibility on his shoulders because he wants to go this. He really does.
There he again.
He ends up falling out. Carrying the other into next. That's 10-7 Team Liquid. And it feels like, again, Josh, that's a turning point. You know, we were talking about it all the way back. One round, they ended up winning off that macro ball on the bonus. The corner is flourishing for Liquid. They have all the momentum behind now. The team that's really playing indicative, I think, of the seed that they've been to. EMEA's first.
Yeah, this attack side, you're really seeing why Liquid. Trophy leaders. Last time they won trophy in EMEA, a different roster, but Yami and Soulcast were still there. They ended up placing 4th in the tournament. They've done before as well. They've won LCQ and placed deep into the tournament.
Yeah. Getting bumps recently.
Pardon?
EMEA as well.
Right.
Yeah.
We've yet to see where they're going to place in terms of that global follower.
The national performance.
That's what eluded Liquid, to be honest. This roster, something feels a little different and save the helm.
Yeah, firepower. Everybody else is firing as well. The team is dangerous, you know.
And that seemed a bit strange to talk about extra firepower. It was Green with the helmet the previous one. He's an incredible aimer, but Sage's just so intelligent with his way of thinking.
Yeah.
Drag
I think he expects
the
there's a cam on the
Right,
ball,
it's
like
like
trying to slam it out.
a sensible position for the camp for sure.
Yeah. Suppose pushing forward. It's a bit of a bait and switch. I think the guy was falling, like trying to pick that sea pressure. Can't see in time. Here's Rocket safe right in their face. Want to respond? Wanting mine. Foggy takes himself out. Before bringing down Subcast, but 2-3s really well. 3-2-1 double K. Still, that's just disrespecting them. Darn the entire time. To try to take a clean fight. They handed over a gun, flash through the next man down. Redgar, he blamed it.
Save there again once more, making sure none of these rounds slip through the cracks. Liquid now 2 rounds away from being able to advance, play against Evil Geniuses, and knock EDG down peg. Not a single defensive round has been won here by double duelist composition. They just can't figure out a way of being able to deal with slow, methodical map control. It's constant pressure coming out of Team Liquid. This is what their composition thrives on. You're going to see all head-dead in this round as we take things down.
It's for Liquid to be placed on that bomb. Round.
Nats has got through. Love the timing from Nats.
Movement is lovely. He's surely going to be falling. To the angle. What is going on mid-wall? What is happening? He's surely going to be falling. To the angle. What is going on mid-wall? What is happening? Lovely. Pushing them all the way through. Someone wants to take a fight with though. Gets killed. Peace. Completely cleaned up. Just feels inevitable.
No.
It just feels inevitable. Kang. Timing was there. Potentially get a kill, but everybody has to lay out of it now. Trying to again flip back into this. Okay, nobody. Smoke is just a flat at his feet. Animal's there though. It's a delay. Surely time is there for him. 42. Held on board. Tap onto the fuse. Well realizes it. Couldn't play it. It's even with that. It's wide. Yep. This is sheer domination on top for Liquid. complete control, John.
This is what you're looking for. If you've got Liquid up at the top, if you saw what they did in MEA and thinking, we need them to replicate that at global level, this is a time. These are the moments, these are the harvests they're looking for them to be able to reproduce. It's just been excellent stuff. None of the fumbles, none of the wiggles that we saw from them earlier on in the match. All of the consistency. Safe's gone from being bottom of the scoreboard at halftime to being right back up the top. 20 kills in 20 rounds.
More steps all they need to get over finish line. Lock up this match all the way through. Already into B. Redguard standing in that swarm. That's a swollen relatively early. Redguard swing forwards, taking a fight to the for box. It's a reclaimment of the main control. Fight here from nobody. Lose it.
Set can't lose. Every fight he's taking.
He's popping off. So looking to jump at that. Oh, Kang saw it. He saw him, but still took his right line off of him. But a moment still. Satchel through. Plays behind with the showstopper potential. He played. Say got it. I'll let it loose. Good fire pass. Sure, that one handed. A bit of a read as well. Reposition. EDG. They got the third advantage, but Say still large. Smokey. That's a shot. And finally around the ball. The defensive side here for EDG. Just in time.
The first one that they've been able to put together in this entire half. Really comes off lack of fighting. EDG's competition is good enough to just sit there slowly and absorb aggression. So they chose to put through the rotating doors, need to be fighted, force reactions out from Liquid, and see if they can basically thrive in chaos. How much longer can they keep that for? And they find those times again. They need 4 in a row after only getting 1 so far.
Let's see what capable of. Satchel across the horn. Clears out aiming almost instantly. Kang holding, slide off angle, hoping that you can catch somebody lurking. But keep it up. Small to prop up for now. Team Liquid just happy to take this main control. Redguard pushed up to be main. He's coming to hit the Trailblazer.
Here.
Not willing to slow it. Just a tad. Overall base expectations of this round. Okay. Jump spot. Redguard did hold. He could have pushed through onto C. What he's the Trailblazer. Here's a one from pretty far back actually. Should be clearing a lot of that. So.
Nat is in such a deep position. I wonder if he's got hit prep. As Nat's got some kind of Viper pit line that spills out into B here.
EDG are just reeling here. Have a real good grasp of what's going on. Doors opened up. Kang, time to step up, son. May do something about it! Right for a walk. Game's a second. Here's the nudge. Here's dash. Now, it's Liquid. Run their way into B. Get that man down. Guess what? Kang is not messing around. He's feeling it. Fight taken over. He's still there. Scrambling 12 seconds in the round. Redguard. Doesn't affect here. 10 seconds remaining. Spike. And the drop into the pit. It's a Coliseum. With Redguard as a gladiator, but not enough time to get the plan down. It's lost round immediately. EDG. They get another one. Took everything out. Kang.
And 5 opportunities slip down to 3 for Team Liquid to close this out.
30 seconds.
Their match points. Not in a desperate situation just yet. What felt absolutely inevitable is now being contested just tad. The economy's still in a good spot for this. Bit of market, so you can get the energy back up, close the thing out. EDG have really made an adjustment here, and it seemed to be to try and find times mid to late in half. A
More
reaction.
loot, isn't it?
Yeah.
The door opens up, so he takes P. Kang that instance as well, getting his 2. But
I feel like those loose plays, though, they got them every time.
yeah, is it going to consistent? That's the question. Is I mean, you get to pull up multiple rounds like that, try and knock a door. You might get ahead of yourself there. To be honest.
Getting very ahead of yourself.
Yeah. Job's done. Job's not finished. Because Liquid still with just one more step to take. Locked up this series. What the time that's for now. Yeah, but it doesn't really feel like a big, macro overhaul with EDG the way they're playing. It feels a lot more individual focus to be taken all over the place.
That's what they're going to have to rely on. At some point here, too, this bit is going to go down with Nat, and it's going to make it extremely difficult for EDG. And you've seen some personality in the match so far. Twins don't to each other.
His bar actually gets brought into the corner there. Not the dead. Here's a clearance. Paranoia. Still up top across. They really are keen to take the fights. You feel it.
Amazed nobody only took a fraction of damage then.
The exchange of utility. Doesn't have any flashes available. Back pocket fully ripped up from Liquid. Jump spotting from top of the boxes. And now just waiting out. Looks like they have a bit of utility combo. So cast as a cease. Things use it. Not just brute force. Barreling through with the weapons. Large advantage for them.
But they know that almost everybody is here. I mean, the snake even getting you tells them that Nats isn't looking up on A. It's going to allow Kang to move forward. I like that EG are clearly communicating this effectively. But it does put things down, potentially into Kang's hands.
Yeah, maybe. Bit of presence in C. Jump spot.
With awareness.
Kang going to be noted. Backs himself away. Doesn't want to give away his life. But yeah, it's going to be
30
They're
seconds.
trying the same things they did on bonus. Putting that fake re-clear over towards roll, pivot to C. I hope that Shishu, nobody left. They're here.
Yeah, here we go. See it flying. Pulse, commit, in the cage, nobody. And hold on the line, and so does Shichu. Being down 2 to turn to it. Damage can be alive, kicking how long. Isn't down with a level of spray. With Phantoms enough to put us up to this tile. Team Liquid, potentially overcooking it. 12 to 10. EDG clawing their way. Tension to OT.
Rather than some Team Liquid cooked it, I think you've got to give credit to EG in that situation because the same kind of macro pathing worked incredibly well. Threadguard round 15, and then the adjustment from EG is to not believe the pressure thing toward Hankar. Just hold the ground as east.
Yeah.
Don't over-rotate. You know what Liquid are capable of. I mean, God, you lost 7 rounds to it.
2 more chances. 2 more chances. Quid obviously string of rounds at the end to win. They do have the money to get by together at this point.
She should use the cam in C. Threadguard's sticking around in this area, probably thinking about the fact that they're going to have to make it in order to win the macro game. Look at the information Cam's getting. Everybody on EDG leaning over toward A and B. Literally not a soul on C.
Typical util being used by Liquid. There's a snake right overhead. Over A main clear. Next all to it. They're going in a different direction. C's online though, so EG going to be using those. Couple get caught at the little door.
And breaking it, in fact.
Break it, yeah.
This one, a slow round, but one which the cam has stayed the entire time. Now the cam gets broken, and with that being 40 seconds, it's gonna draw people away.
30
Opens
seconds
up,
left.
Yampi's a lockdown. How do they want to play this one? Ball was broken pride from the Seekers. Here's a paranoia.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, Odin's back still in tree. 1-4, and here's the collapse. EDG. Gangster alive in the back. Gibbons finally dropped here. And where's the convergence? 14 seconds left. Plant needs to be stuck. Every hand needs to be watched for. The man is died. This is there, but a Sam and Bray over the top. The shot. He's missed him though. Oh my goodness, the time is far too short. We'd have to take so fast to kill 3. It can't be done. Was 5 attempts, 5 chances to close out the series. Is now come down to 1.
And now I think they're overcooking, Brent. I mean, that round, they knew Cam was there on C the entire time, and they break it and decided to hit into A. To some degree, I like the idea, but they just didn't have enough control over towards the A side of the map. They picked up the over lockdown way too late. They were planning to use it post-man, presumably.
Heavy breath. Yeah, you gotta catch your breath.
I mean, they can feel it. The string of rounds that both these teams put together in the second half is unbelievable. 7 in a row, then 4 in a row to come back. We're going into the last round of regulation, one way or another. Have Edward Game played any overtimes at this end? Have they played any overtimes at any global events before? I can't remember.
Certainly be well versed in them going to OT. No strangers to that level of play when it gets to that point. Not at all.
And whereas I felt like Say was absolutely dominating from rounds 13 to 19, as Team Liquid came online coming out of the pistol round, he's quieted down. We haven't seen that same explosive performance because I feel like Liquid are really trying to run fakes, push the ball, rather than just setting safe up frag. That's opened the door for Hankar and Smoggy, you know, other people on EDG to have big performances because they're not getting a race thrown into their face. It would be a gutty call.
Okay, just offer it with Paranoia to clear all the way through here.
What about gut call?
I mean, Smoggy is just going for this one. It ties as well straight to the middle of B. Rocket was flying. Hills went to be found. Kang. Of course, he takes fight. That's the spike. Corner all the way back. That's the spot. It needs to be reinforced, and here it is. Breaker trying to take advantage of the chaos. He pushed the ball into same pace with his line. Kangas still there. Dash. Disengage once more. Tap the rifle. Sees. Connect. It's foul. And still late playing to it. It's a one-on-one.
And they know that Chishu was over towards C. He was the player that killed Rhaegar. Solgas. He's concerned slightly that somebody could stare. He's going to be the trip.
Trips there.
Doesn't slow him down enough. Solgas will still have an opportunity to reposition in this 1v1. The pressure on both of these players is insane.
Awful enough. We're going to come down to the position it shows. Solgas. Plays lane, back of it. Chishu can try to clear most of this one. He has a bit of time. He knew it was going to be for the A plant.
Chishu has been so clutch at global events. Whereas Solgas, he's had his moments that have been absolute nightmares. This would be such a redemption.
To gamble, the time needs to play it. Running out of it, Chishu. You're really rapidly running out of it. Doesn't know where it's paid for. You hoping, chance, an opportunity. Swinging wide, and Solgas shut it down. It's a